I couldn't be. Well, hang on now. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, shall we? Fellas, Filettis, how are you? Good to see you. I appreciate you being here with me the day after the election. It's been kind of, it's kind of been a busy last couple of days, and I'm sorry for being late. I apologize, but I was, I was busy going through all of my Twitter feed and finding all the people who owed me an apology when they told me that Joe Biden wasn't going to win the election and Trump was going to get reelected. And there was a lot of these fucking people I had to go back to and say, I'm ready for my apology. Now, so far, no one has apologized. No one has said, I'm wrong, Jaffe, I'm kidding. I'm not going to rub it in. And it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It could be a while, but I've been busy watching the election, prepping the stream. I hope everybody's doing great. And whether or not your candidate did well last night or poorly last night, whether or not your state's propositions got in, got defeated, your senators got in, got defeated, I hope that, I hope you got some of what you wanted for political Christmas. And then there we go. Wrath says, is Biden a shoo-in for a win? Pretty much. I mean, we're not going to talk politics, but just to answer the question, Biden's got about 15 ways he could win. Trump has one, and right now it's either Arizona or Nevada that is out. And all the votes that are out in Georgia, not North Carolina, but Georgia and Nevada or Arizona and Philadelphia are from places that are very, as they say in the news, big Democratic strongholds. So when those votes come in, it's going to be relatively quick to sort of, I mean, if he wins Nevada or Arizona, I forget which one, he's already won one, he'll be at 270. So, You can buy weed in your state now. Good for you, Ben Brody. I am telling you something. Let me give you guys a heads up, by the way. So, you guys, some of you guys know I did the pot stream on Saturday night. We watched a motion picture, and I did some of these edibles right here, which were great. What a great experience. So I want to give you a heads up just real quick. Membership stuff happening this week. Friday is a lunch with Jaffe for Cult Calypso and above members. We're just, as you may or may not know, if you've ever been there before, we just hang out, we eat lunch, there's no show, we just talk, shoot the shit. Super fucking casual. Ask whatever you want. We'll watch videos together. It's like an hour long. I'm going to get Rubio's per usual. That'll be Friday. Saturday night, for all members, any tier, I'm going to do a members only chat and or stream. I'm not sure which way, but you'll only be able to interact if you're a member at any tier. I'm a pop one of these again, and we're going to have a spiritual conversation. We're going to talk about not ghosts and aliens, but I've had people in the chat say to me, let's talk about God. Let's talk about what happens when you die. Let's talk about what the point of life is. And I'm like, you know what? Let's pop a little drugs. It doesn't make any sense how I said that. Let's pop a little drugs, and Ben Brody can order it right to his goddamn homestead now because it's legal where he lives. Let's pop a little drugs, and we will just talk a couple hours into the night Saturday just about life, the universe, and everything else. That will be Saturday for members. I'll put all this up, and I'll put all the membership stuff coming up for November. But if you're not a member, the links are down below. Consider joining the Gabbin' and Games membership. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up in November. Thanksgiving stream. We're going to do a Mickey Mania stream. It's going to be great. Okay. What did you hold up, Jaffe? Oh, wolf blood. This is, these are edibles, right? Now, I know Peapod says legal weed is whack. The carts are way better. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not like a drug guy. But these are edibles, basically. And it was, what an easy, wonderful way to, what do they call it when you do the marijuana? I don't fucking know. I'm not a drug guy. What's the purity, Cosmos? I think I think each one is 5 milligrams of, so there it is right there, right? That's just one little gummy. Each one of those is 5 and 5, right? So it's 10 milligrams total, and 5 of the milligrams is at THC, and 5 of the milligrams is DB or CBD, something like that. So it's a blend. Melina, I love the movie stream too. It was a lot of fun. Am I the only one that sees the elephant in the room? The subscriptions are stuck at $15.50 for 10 days. Could it be the whole membership thing? The subscriptions are stuck at $15.50. Oh, no, subscriptions are going up. I don't know. I think it's because you don't see the minutia on your screen. You have to go to my dashboard to actually see that. Anyway. It is what it is. You know, people can be members. They don't have to be members. I'll tell you what, if people are watching the stream and feeling that if they're not members, they're missing out, that's ridiculous. The vast majority of content that we put here on the channel is free for everyone. No one has to pay to talk to me. No one has to pay to talk to the chat. Every now and then we do a member thing to make it worth people's, ducats. But, what are you going to do? You got to make some cash somehow, fellas. Am I right? Hey, speaking of making cash, hello, Dave the Metalhead. Nice to see you, pal. Listen to me. So I am going to be getting one of our friends of the stream, Alexis, who's a member, has kindly said, you know what, Jaffe? No, I don't, Alexis. What's going on? He says, I think it's a he. He says, they say, look, I want to spend my money instead this year amping up my PC. I have a PS5 with Miles Morales already done at Best Buy. Do you want it? And I'm like, you know what? Let me think about it. Fuck yeah, I want it. So I will be getting a PS5, hopefully launch day in that window, and we'll be playing on the stream PS5 games. So we'll start with Miles and Little Big Planet, whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm going to get Demon's Souls as well. So it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great. But anyway, the point is, I got nothing with that. I don't know. 4 more states legalized adult use cannabis. Of course, it's coming. It's great. Let me just tell you something. When I ordered this the other day, it was like ordering a pizza. I went online. I said, okay, here's, what I want, blah, blah, blah. And an hour and a half later, there's a knock at my door. The guy gives it to me. It's in a nice little bag with a receipt. It's total pro operation. And I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? That is, I'm a kid of the 70s and 80s. Drugs, Nancy Reagan, just say no. The idea that you can just now call up somebody and say, bring me some drugs, pal. That's pretty cool. Now, I did see that. I didn't know if I was reading something true or not. This is 5482 says, Oregon decriminalized all drugs. Am I correct in understanding this? Oregon last night passed a law that said, look, recreational drugs, mushrooms, cocaine, all of that. I don't think certain drugs, like I don't think you can go out and get, professional grade, you can't get like propofol or something, but I think recreational drugs are legal in Oregon, right? At a small amount. They're meant to be to be used, not to sell. I think that's wonderful. I think that's fucking wonderful. Now, again, I think some drugs you got to be careful with. Obviously, you don't want to, there are very addictive drugs out there. But in terms of mushrooms, in terms of marijuana, in terms of, ideally ayahuasca, DMT, that's pretty fucking great. The world will change. The more legal weed, says Peapod, is the Game Pass of drug use. That's exactly right. The more that people, again, it's not like people aren't using drugs, but the more people open their minds to it and it becomes normalized, at least certain kinds of drugs, the more spiritual we will become as a people. We'll talk about this on Saturday night because, the more spiritual we're going to become, because the minute you take a drug that really works for you and you realize your perception of reality is simply one, like Dr. Strange, one of many realities, one of many perceptions you could be having, it becomes very hard to be an asshole. It doesn't mean I can't be an asshole from time to time, but it becomes very hard to take anything terribly serious. Maximus says, I feel spiritual when I take Viagra. I understand, sir. Oregon's a fantastic state, says Morgan. Yeah, I know. It's very liberal. That's what I'm into, man. I'm the liberal fella. Right. Oregon decriminalized, says Jorge, possession of hard drugs for non-drug traffickers. Right. I think it's great. You still can't sell them, but you can have them if you get them. And I don't know if they can, if there's, the state's going to be able to sell them or have like dispensaries are going to be able to sell them or not. Okay. Mutant Mo says you just like the channel. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. If anybody's watching the stream and maybe it's too early, wait a minute, give it some time, watch the stream, let it marinate into your system. And then if you're like, you know what, I like what I'm seeing here, then give me a like on the little thumbs up. Give Robert and me and Bukaki, who are all here today, modding and keeping this goddamn thing going. Now listen, Cott says, Jaffe, you want a red balloon? I don't know what that means. Is that like a drug reference? But sure, I always like balloons. Listen to me. Let's jump into video game talk. There's a lot going on. Well, there's not a lot of big news, but there's a lot of stuff on my mind about video games. So I want to talk first about, now this may be a non-issue. But I will tell you, that I have never given a second thought to space as a gamer. I have multiple gigabytes on my PC, and I'm only now on my E drive getting to a point where I'm like, and I probably have 200-300 games on Steam, where I might have to be like, you know what, I probably got to start deleting a couple of these I never play because I'm starting to run out of space, or I will in the next, month or so. But on console, I've never even thought about it. Now, a big part of that is games are small for the most part, or they have been small. Games are obviously getting bigger, okay? And today it comes out that the Xbox Series S, which was the series I had my eye on for a number of reasons, they're saying, you know what, when you get rid of the operating system, that's going to take 30% of your gigabytes, 30% of your storage space. You're left with 364 gigabytes on the S. The fucking PS5 is better, but it ain't much better. What do I wrote down here? The PS5 will give you 664 gigabytes for use afterwards, right? Now, this is whatever. We know this. The 364 was a surprise on the S, but we knew this about the PS5. What's new, though, is we're starting to see more and more numbers come out about what the games are going to take up. Call of Duty right now is the big kid on the block. Call of Duty, if you download the whole game, single player, multiplayer, and you download Warzone, which is what I think most people are going to have, you're looking at over 200 gigabytes. Now, on PC, they let you install piecemeal. On console, you have to install the whole thing, and then you've got to kind of pull stuff that you may not want, right? Spider-Man's 50, but if you buy this Spider-Man game with Spider-Man and Miles Morales, the Miles Morales Ultimate, that's 100 gigabytes. Demon Souls is 66 gigabytes. So think about this. Cyberpunk is coming in at like 80 gigabytes. Games these days, those big games, Valhalla's strange. Valhalla's only 50. But games these days is kind of weird because they really are starting to get up. The average of a big game is like 70, and you can get like Hitman's almost 200. And the big kid on the block is obviously, what's it called? Call of Duty. And it's going to get worse with better graphics and 4K resolution, textures and whatnot. It's going to get fucking worse. So here's why I bring it up. I bring this up because, and it may not be a problem, but here's what I'm thinking, right? So the other night, Heath Nation, I don't know if Heath is on. He's one of our God of War tier members. He knows I appreciate that. I appreciate him being here, being part of our community. He and I were playing the Karate Kid. I got him a copy of the Karate Kid because I think he won a trivia or some such. I forget how he got it. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to play it and you play it and let's talk about it on the stream. Well, this guy, the stream was 2 hours, 3 hours long. The guy literally, his internet was fine, but it was slow enough that he couldn't download a C grade. Not that it's a bad game, but it's like, it's a budget title. He couldn't download a budget title, cell shaded graphics. It wasn't like we're talking 4K brilliant visuals in the time that the stream was running. Rob the Mod is in Louisiana. He was having the same problem a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it was phasmophobia or whatever, but it's like, if you are somebody, like I have a pretty good internet connection, but if you don't have a good internet connection, the idea of going, I got Call of Duty, I need to delete Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I need to let me just get rid of Miles Morales, I'll keep my save in the cloud, let me play Call of Duty, and then when I'm done with that, I'll bring back Miles Morales or whatever. I mean, the amount of time it's going to take you to bring that data back into your hard drive and store it and play a game, I wonder if that is going to be acceptable for a lot of people. Because this, I think, is going to be one of the first generations that people who are not hardcore. I know the hardcore guys are used to like PSP getting a memory stick, Switch getting a memory stick, even a hard drive on your PS4. Your average medium core gamer, which is what makes up the mass majority of the majority of users on hardware console, they're not doing that. They're not buying hard drives and memory sticks. They're just fucking playing their games and deleting them worst case when they have to, which is rare because they don't have that many games. You bring home an Xbox Series X for $299 or $29 a month, you literally can put Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, and maybe Valhalla, and then you're done. And I just kind of wonder, with people's internet speeds, and I wonder with the limited memory, is the speed that is granted, the load speeds, the load times on both Xbox and PS5, are the speeds that are being granted because of that tech that come at the expense of space, because it's much more expensive, I guess, to have a solid state drive store memory. I mean, I don't know how it works. My understanding is when you have a solid state drive, it's more expensive, and so your storage space is at a premium, which is why they're so limited on these boxes. Do you think consumers are going to say, fuck this nonsense? Or do you think they'll just go, you know what, the speed is worth it? I'd rather have 7 seconds to load a game from booting up to playing Miles Morales, and I can live with, 2 times a month dealing with a 3-hour download of a game I deleted that I was in the middle of because I wanted to play my new game. That's my question. I'm going to the chat. You guys take over the conversation, and let's talk about it. One thing, I think that's right about Call of Duty. Yeah, let me just check this. Call of Duty on PS4 is 95 gigs. PS5 is 133. Xbox is 136, the new Xbox. And if you throw in Warzone, they're estimating that's another 80 gigs, okay? So here we go. I want to see what you guys think, because maybe this won't matter. Maybe this won't fucking matter at all. On my non-game PC, I have 50 games installed, Violence. Oh, well, fuck yeah. On my Steam, I mean, again, on Steam, I have tremendous numbers of games. Call of Duties are massive these days, says Eternal, but you can install and uninstall their modes at your leisure. You're right, but you still, at least on console, Eternal, you have to download the entire deal. And then, so you still have to have enough space. You still have to have anywhere from 133 to 200 gigabytes just to get in the game. And then you can say, okay, again, if you look at your screen, the multiplayer is 35, the full game is 82, the full game with ultra graphics, which is what people are going to want, is 125, and that doesn't include Warzone, which is about 80 gigs. You have 8 terabytes on your PC. Right, Rob? Well, again, of course, because it's fucking PC. I have a shit ton of memory. We're not playing Katana Zero today. We're playing Luigi's Mansion. Let me get rid of that. I have a lot of fucking memory on my PC too. But now I'm actually reconsidering acquiring an S. I was going to get the S. And I saw somebody in our Discord say, oh, well, Jaffe, the S is just going to be kind of like a Game Pass box. Yeah, but Game Pass isn't streaming. If it was streaming, you wouldn't even need a console. You still got to download the fucking thing, which again, for me, isn't a problem. But when I see Heath Nation's download time, when I see Robert the Moderate's download time, are you out of your mind? I wouldn't be comfortable going that's going to be my life every 2 to 3 times a month. Your PS4 also has 8 terabytes. Yeah, but you're a fucking hardcore dude, man. I mean, most people are not that. I'm talking about the business. I'm talking about what's going to sell. Are people going to take it back and say, you fucking GameStop motherfucker, I just gave you $300 ducats and my kid can't get 3 games he got for Christmas on this goddamn thing. I mean, or is it going to be like, I know you're all hardcore, Mutant Mo. I'm asking you to think outside the box. I'm asking you to think like if you were a video game executive. If somebody came to you and said, Mutant Mo, I want you to work here at Sony for us. Well, you would sometimes need to wear your hardcore bro hat. You absolutely would. That would be part of why they hired you. But you also would need to be able to wear a hat that says, I am also in the business of pleasing the customers, and the vast majority of customers are not like me. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. That is part of why the last couple games I've made haven't connected. Because it hadn't been since God of War that I sat around and said, what does the audience want? I was just like, I got it figured out. I'll make shit I like. No, you got to balance it. Jorge says, I think Xbox is going to start making money when they start selling extra storage with bundles. Goodness gracious. The fact that you even have to write that sentence, the fact that in the zeitgeist, Xbox has to be known as a system that needs extra storage is almost problematic. Casual gamers don't play 5 games at once. No, they don't. I agree. Even hardcore gamers probably don't do that. Once you're done with the game, you delete it. It's not a big deal, says Maximus. I don't disagree. I'm not suggesting that if you're a gamer and you've got Call of Duty and Cyberpunk, maybe from time to time you'll dip your toe in something else. But I agree. I don't think most gamers, certainly not medium core gamers, have that many games going at once. 100% you're right. I'm talking more about the experience of when you get a new game. Let's say you buy a new game every 3 to 6 weeks. Every 3 to 6 weeks in that case, you're going to have to be doing the fucking song and dance. Delete, what do I kill, what do I keep, save to the cloud, wait for the fucking install to happen. I'm just asking if it's a problem. It sounds like you don't think it is. Although Morgan says that they play a lot of games all at the same time. At this point, tech could be built into the controller. You're not wrong, Violent City. You're not wrong. If you wanted your Xbox 2 to have 3 terabytes, you were going to pay an extra $200 for it, Bacon. I know. And I'm saying this is going to be the first time, in my opinion, that medium core gamers and lower have to even think about this stuff. You guys have been thinking about this shit, since the PSP probably. But your average person who buys a console and plays games doesn't think about this shit. Now they're going to have to. For the console version of Call of Duty, it's the same menu they use when you pre-order. It's the same way you get checkboxes for different DLC bonuses. Yeah, but no, you're wrong though, Eternal. You might on the current Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has said, it's right here. They've basically said, I'll read it to you. It says, on the PC, players can choose exactly which modes they'll install. But when playing Call of Duty on console, you have to install the whole game. It's right here, but you'll be able to uninstall the modes you don't want after, a feature that recently came to Call of Duty on PC. So the console players, you still have to set aside, it says, a large amount of storage to load the game. But then, yes, you're right. You can then kind of move stuff around. For the Vita, it was $75 for a 60 gig card. I hope PS5 doesn't pull that. $75 for 60 gigs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, Fictive says, I have high download speeds with Game Pass, so I'm constantly installing and uninstalling on your Xbox One, but I know a lot of people like to keep games on their hard drive. Yeah, for sure. I know Dom's buying a 5 terabyte. I got it. The question is this going to hurt anything, or people are just going to get used to it? That's all. That's all I'm asking. I know you guys don't have a problem. The fact that you know what a terabyte is, let alone you know what a 5 terabyte SSD is, automatically, Dom, as much as I love you, puts you outside of the audience we're talking about. This is more of a, let's put on our businessman hats and business lady hats and think about it, how it's going to affect the market. This is not what you're going to do. I understand what you're going to do. Woo says, look, man, I've played laptop for a long time. I've been doing the juggle of space. Every time I get a new game, it's a struggle, but you get used to it. Okay, Woo, you're the guy I want to talk to, okay? So the question is, you're here watching a video game developer's live stream chat, and you're clearly a hardcore gamer. Do you think people who open up their shiny new Xbox S's on Christmas Day, or people who open up their PS5s on Christmas Day or whatever, and they get Cyberpunk, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and if they're on S, they go, holy shit, I'm out of space. And if they're on the 5, they go, holy shit, I'm about halfway chewed through my gigabytes. Do you think the average person's going to care? That's all I want to know. That's all. There's no way to know. I'm just, because it's a new wrinkle to what it means to be an average medium core gamer, is anybody going to give a shit? That's all I'm asking. And if not, great. That's good news. Samson says no. So Samson, you think the speed increase that comes from load times is going to more than make up for that pain in the ass of having to juggle all this shit. Hello, Brian Red. What's good? Well, you know, looks like we're going to, keep all kinds of civil rights, and we're going to work to reform the police, and it looks like, we might even flip the Senate. A lot of things are good, sir, if you're a Democrat. If you're a Republican, you still got some good news. You got your Lindsey Graham. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Not politics, but as it relates to video games. Hello, Ditto Games. Nice to see you, sir. Down Phoenix says, so why do the next-gen games take more space if the SSD is supposed to reduce the need of duplicated assets? Sounds like Insomniac lied. Well, my understanding is it's the games are getting bigger, and it doesn't even matter about SSD. If you look at games right now, these open world games with the best textures they can push, now you're able to push bigger fucking texture maps. You're able to push a lot more data into your worlds that has to go somewhere on the hard drive. So I don't even know. I mean, you're saying Insomniac said they take more space. The SSD is supposed to. Okay, so what? Okay, I think what you're saying is Insomniac is saying you can stream that off the disc. Like in God of War, we were a lot of games do this now, but in God of War it was relatively novel. We were dumping assets out of RAM. That's why you went through these hallways, and we were hitting the disk drive every 20 seconds to bring in new stuff. Are you saying that Insomniac's going, interesting. It's a good question, because you would think that if you're going to be doing a stream of the game, and not streaming off the hard drive, but streaming off the CD and streaming the data into the SSD, you wouldn't have such big footprints memory-wise. So I don't know. Maybe it's just these games we're talking about. I don't think Call of Duty streams. off the disc. I think they load it in, pretty much all of it. I mean, not at the same time, but I mean, it's all on the hard drive. Insomniac's like that, you know, Miles Morales on PS5 is only going to be 50 gigs. So that, you may be right. They just may not be architecting their games very well. I mean, they're not bad. No one's complaining about Call of Duty, but maybe that could be what it is. I forgot who said it from them, says Down Phoenix, but they talked about how they had duplicated the same mailbox hundreds of times because of how hard drive handled data versus SSD. Okay. Yeah, could be that. Jaffe, will you smoke a cig on stream? No, I don't smoke, but I will eat an edible on stream. Not today, but on the Saturday night members only spiritual chat, we'll be doing some drugs. Okay, let's move on though, because there you go. I don't know. A lot of you guys are saying it's not going to be a problem. We'll know in a week or two. We'll actually know more on Christmas, because in a week or two, it's all going to be hardcore. Come Christmas morning, first of the year, we're going to start finding out what the average consumer thinks about this, and we'll revisit it and see if anybody gives a fuck. My take is, especially on the Xbox Series X, that quick resume is fucking great, at least for a guy like me. Now, I know I'm hardcore, so that probably don't fit the bill. If I got 3 fucking games running and they're all fucking quick resume, fuck that shit, man. I will finish more games. I will finish more goddamn games. You'll be like, Jesus, Jaffe, you never used to finish a lot of games. You goddamn right. It was convenience. Now it'll be like, oh, I'll play a little Katana Zero. Boom. I'll play a little Immortals Phoenix Rising. Boom. I'll play a little Cyberpunk, and it'll just be sort of part of my flow of life. You know what I'm saying? Am I getting the upgraded Spider-Man game? No, I am not. That is 100 gigs. I've already played Spider-Man. Maybe I will. I don't know. No, I think I'm not. I think I'm going to be buying day one. Alexis is selling me his PS5 and he's selling me his Spider-Man, but I'm going to be buying on my own through the digital store. What's it called? Little Big Planet, because I really want to play that. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh, I gotta get another fucking controller now because it's co-op. My kids are gonna want to play. All right, fuck you. How much the controllers? It's like $80 for a fucking DualSense. And then there's Alexis. Alexis, thank you, man. I appreciate the offer. I can't wait to get that rolling. Okay, and then I'm gonna be buying Little Big Planet, Demon Souls, even though you guys know I'm gonna suck at it, but I just want to see the graphics. They look so goddamn pretty. And I'm gonna buy Call of Duty because the Call of Duty guy. No, I'm not. The Call of Duty guy has a code for me, but he has a PS4 code for me. He says he can't give out any PS5 fucking codes. That means I got to give Activision money, which I don't want to do. I got to think about that. I think I'm going to play Call of Duty on PS4. Doesn't matter. Point is, I saw that, Brian. Popular YouTube channel Watch Mojo did a top 10 list on Twisted Metal characters. I've not watched it, but I've heard about it. Down Phoenix says Jaffe playing Demon Souls would be fun. You know what I thought was really cool about Demon Souls? The lead designer of it for Bluepoint said, you know how PlayStation's UI has this thing where you can say on PS5 you want some help. Now again, I'll be playing it on stream, so I have all this much better help anyway. But yeah, John Stevenson is saying that it has a hint system. I think he said they have like over 150 video clips of Demon Souls where if you're stuck, either with your voice or you hit a button and say, I want some help, and it'll immediately pop up a video saying, here's a way that you might be able to go about dealing with this situation. So I'm looking forward to it. Ben Brody says, does Call of Duty have a free upgrade? Oh, I know what you mean, pal. Oh, that's a good question. Let's find out. Call of Duty upgrade PS4. Maybe we just solved the problem. If you're buying a physical copy, well, no, that's a digital copy. See, you can upgrade that to a next-gen version for $10. The upgrade will only work with a disk drive. No, you got to have a disk, and I'm getting a code. I'd rather stick with the versions that actually transfer save data in versions from PS4 to 5. The remaster is PS5 only, so it can wait. Okay, I want to tell you something. So listen to me. This article comes out today in Kotaku. Speaking of Activision and speaking of me not wanting to give any of my cash money to Bobby Kotick and those folks over there because of their relations with China, Kotaku comes out and says, hey, are you curious about what the political donations of video game executives are? Now, I am curious. And I was actually happy to find, again, I'm a lefty progressive fella, so I got nothing against Republicans at all. I have nothing against conservatives at all, but I do have something against people who are against people's civil rights, who are against all kinds of overturning awful systemic racism. Are those Republicans or those conservatives? Fundamentally, no. But do most of those people live in that particular political affiliation? The vast majority do, okay? So when I see someone voting a lot for Republican or donating a lot of money for Republican, it just makes me wonder about that individual. So most people, let me give you Bobby Kotick first. Bobby Kotick, are you surprised? Every single goddamn thing is Republican. He gave 10 grand overall, I guess. He gave 2,800. I'm not going to go through it all. You can see this on Kotaku. Tons and tons to PACs, to Maine, the Republican Party of Maine, which is probably where Activision's incorporated, not Delaware. Senatorial. He gave money to Lindsey Graham and Susan fucking Collins. This motherfucker, Bobby Kotick, says, I am okay giving my ducats to a man who basically lied to his constituents about the Supreme Court nominations. This is a guy who, Lindsey Graham is the most fair-weathered friend senator you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Bobby Kotick saying, here you go. Yeah, Republicans look out for the millionaires, says Violent City. That's right, little Bobby Kotick. Now, the nice thing is, yeah, exactly, there you go. So if let's say I were to go off and buy a copy of PS5 Call of Duty. Now, not only would I be, think about it, not only would I be supporting a company that capitulates to China, one of the current worst civil rights, human rights violators on the planet, but I would also be giving money to, let's say Bobby Kotick, for every copy, he makes 25 cents. 25 cents of my goddamn money would be going to fucking, fund a company that says, yes, sir, China, no, ma'am, China, whatever you need, China, while they're killing 1 million fucking Muslims and putting 1 million fucking Muslims in camps. I don't think so, Bobby Kotick, not with my ducats, bitch. Now, listen. The rest of these, now Riot is interesting. Mark Merrill's co-chairman of Riot. That's, he's all over the place. That's like a well-rounded individual. He's got some Democrats. He's got some Republicans. He's not a simple fella. He's like, look, I have, there's nuance in politics. Fine. Everybody else is Democrats. Strauss Zelnick, probably one of the richest motherfuckers on here after Bobby Kotick. Everything is Democrat. Gabe, everything's Democrat. Phil Spencer, everything is Democrat. ZeniMax, it's all the D. Mike Morhaime, all the D, used to be Blizzard. I don't know who this guy is. King Digital, that's Activision. Interesting. King is Activision, right? But he's all D's. The CEO of Twitch, all Democrats. Timmy Schafer, good old Timmy Schafer. He's a D. You wouldn't expect anything other than Tim. Donnie Mustard, if you don't know, Don's a good guy. Don is the head creative now over at Epic. I tried to hire him away back in the day to direct God of War 2 before Corey. He's made some great games, then he did Fortnite. I'd say he's given all of his money to Republicans, but it's just one guy and he's in Utah. So he's not giving it to everybody. He's saying, look, I like this particular senator. I got no problem with that. And then Palmer Luckey, of course, asshole, giving all his fucking money to the Republicans. That's not what makes him an asshole. And being a Republican doesn't make you an asshole. I'm not opposed to Republicans at all. I'm just saying that if you're gonna give your ducats to somebody, I get it if you say, you know what, I'm a Republican and I want to give my money to Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney's a good guy. He's Republican. I don't agree with everything. He's a good guy. You can give your money to Lindsey Graham, Bobby Kotick. What the fuck's the matter with you? I can't get mad about millionaires and billionaires voting Republican. That makes huge sense for them from a financial standpoint. Down Phoenix, yeah, but the question becomes, how much is enough? If you're a millionaire, if you're a multimillionaire, millionaire ain't what it used to be. If you have many millions of dollars and you haven't arrived spiritually at a point in your life where you decide to use your money to not harm the world at worst and to make the world a better place at best, and you're still voting for people just so you can squeeze out some more fucking blood from the stone, I don't have any respect for you. Corey Barlog says Crank is donating $20,000 for all the mistreated kids in Sweden and Norway. It could be. I don't know. I didn't say, oh, shut up. I'm not doing it, Bacon Magma. I'm not going to get pulled into a debate with you. You have to agree, says Pixel. I don't mind folks being greedy, but when that greed backs people who want to make you a second-class citizen, they can bite me. Exactly, 100%. Now, shut the fuck up. Now, I want to talk to you guys about something. We're not talking politics. I want to talk to you about games. Listen to me. This is only a reminder. Okay, this is a reminder because I think a lot of people on this stream and in the core gaming community, that's a good point. Down Phoenix says that's a great point, but morally, I think most people can't handle that kind of wealth. It changes people. Probably true. Probably true. A lot of people in this stream and core gamers like to think like you travel in the world of NeoGAF, IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, whatever. And you get a sense that you are reflective of the industry. You get a sense you are reflective of consumer habits. And every now and then I think it's healthy for people to say, you know what, that's not true. We are not the majority. We are in a bubble. Here's how I know. IGN just comes out with this news today and they say the most profitable game of the year to date is Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go has been around for 3 years now, something like that. Even if it was brand new, but it's been around. And this game is the game that still has the vast majority of gamers spending money. Behind that is Fortnite. Behind that is like Fall Guys. It's all this casual, easy to play stuff. I don't bring it up in a negative way. I think it's great people are making money. I think it's great lots of people are gaming. But I bring it up only because a lot of times, if you were to just talk to gamers, hardcore gamers, they would tell you that The Last of Us Part 2 or, Persona 5 or, Mother on Nintendo, those are the best games. Those are the games that are, what everybody loves. That's the most successful, and that's the kind of game that everyone should aspire to because that's art. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, this has been and will continue to be what drives this industry. And I guarantee you, more and more games, they get more expensive, will start to be like this. If you look at Fall Guys, if you look at Fortnite, if you look at Pokemon Go, if you look at Madden, if you look at Call of Duty, just multiplayer, it's just games. If you look at Smash Bros, it's just games. It is not. Is it an art form? Is games an art form? Of course. But it's almost like a little side hustle of interactive entertainment. It can do it. It can do it sometimes. They can do it better sometimes than any other medium. But that's not the bread and butter. Most people get their art and get their emotion and get their storytelling, and they always will, from easier mediums. Most people come to video games because they just want to play and have a good time. That's it. That's it. I only point this out because sometimes when I talk to my fellow hardcore gamers, it's like they don't get this. It's that bubble. My job is to pop that fucking bubble, motherfucker. Have I popped your bubble? That would be great. A good thing to look at is how much money Flappy Bird made, says Violence. It's true. It's absolutely true. Not even Persona fans feel like Persona 5 think it's the best. Okay, right. But the fact, Sir Dragon Moon, that you can even identify that Persona 5 is not the best Persona in the entire Persona series. Actually, it's Persona 3. I mean, right? That's my whole point. Most people are playing Pokemon Go. Hello, Dennis Kelly. Dennis Kelly says, Jaffe, I'm wishing you well all the way from Ireland. I appreciate that. You know, when my son was really little, he must have been about 7 years old, he discovered Lord of the Dance, Michael Flannery from Ireland. And he just put on the music and he just banged around the kitchen and thought he was doing Irish folk dancing. And that's my story about that. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. Have you played Heavenly Sword? Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was fine. Itchy says, I finished the game Medieval on PS2, took on Crysis 2. I'm also playing Need for Speed Underground on PS2 and Tomb Raider 1. I'm definitely not the majority. Yeah, okay, that's fair. It's totally fair. Your bubble is pop, says Jorge, but hey, I guess the same is happening with movies. The ones that make the most money usually never win awards. It's true. And again, that's not to say people shouldn't be making artistic games. Of course they should. But I do think, though, when people talk about the industry and they talk about what's greenlit and why this versus that, it's because they go where the money is, man. They go where the Activision just made $1 billion. I don't know if it was revenue or profit, but $1 billion just in microtransactions in the last quarter. But you fucking, go on video game websites and they'll tell you microtransactions are the devil. They may be the devil, but it's a devil worth $1 billion in 3 months for just Activision. We're not even talking about 2K and all the other companies. We're just talking about Activision. What are you going to do, man? Gotta run. Sometimes the herd's running in the right way. I don't know if that's this, though. Now you can like the stream, says Rob the Mod. I agree. I want to talk to you guys about Resident Evil. There's a movie coming out. We've got to talk about this. Hang on now. I got to turn my fan on because I'm not going to get up and go out to the AC. Hey, man, Jorge, I'm not saying that games like God of War. Look, if God of War and Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn didn't make a lot of money, Sony, you heard Jim Ryan the other day. Sony is like, look, that's our shtick, man. We're going all in on that in the future. I'm not saying those games aren't profitable. Those games aren't important. I'm just saying that sometimes I wish hardcore gamers, would keep it in perspective of where it sits in the, what's that word? Not the environment, the ecosystem of games in general, right? That's all I'm saying. Resident Evil, listen to me. Mac Daddy says, look, man, Resident Evil movie seems like it's going to be meh. I'm looking forward to the Netflix show. Listen to me. So the reason this is on my mind is there's some pictures that came out that I thought were pretty cool. I was never an RE fanboy until they did the RE2 remake. And then I fell in love. No. I was never an RE fanboy until RE7 PSVR. And then soon after, I played RE2 Remake, and I suddenly became a big fan of the series, right? I always was like, I appreciated it, but never really affected me. So these are new shots from the set of Resident Evil. So what's interesting about this to me is kind of exactly what you're saying, Mac Daddy, is this, I think Capcom has made a shit ton of money off the Mila Jovovich RE movies, and then probably they're like, look, we're not trying to make art. We're trying to make schlocky B movies. The reason I think that is, as cool as it is to see this, and there's some other shots. What did they put some other shots on here of Resident Evil. There's the Count. My kid used to be scared of the Count. Can you believe it? But this is the director of Resident Evil. Now, a lot of times a movie at 50, 40, 30 Rotten Tomatoes that's like a genre picture still's really good. But when every movie the guy has made is in that range, it just makes you wonder, Capcom, I get you don't want to go out and hire Martin Scorsese for this, but why are you hiring this guy to make this picture? Unless they're just like, dude, we just need a journeyman director to show up, get the job done. It doesn't have to be great. The script's kind of fun. The effects, we spent a lot of money on effects. It's just going to be a fun horror movie, and it's going to make its money back over and over. It's not like the first Resident Evil movies with Jovovich were good either. They were just kind of, they're all right. But yeah, I agree, Violence, terrible fucking resume. Resident Evil is a B-movie game, says Violence. Good point. I mean, maybe you got to make it like that. I mean, the thing is, Crank says, Jaffe, what are your thoughts about the Mila Jovovich? I've only seen 2 of her movies. I saw the first one and the second one, and I thought they were fun diversions. They were fine. Like, the classic scene is that scene in the room with the lasers that cut everybody in half. I think Resident Evil, for me, fails when it gets into the whole virus and science stuff. When it's a zombie movie or a horror motion picture or a game, I'm in. And the minute it starts getting into sort of the biological weapons and hazmat suits and the cruise ship at the end of RE7, which was totally out of left field. You've got this great, haunted house game mixed with Louisiana swamp family, like in Deliverance, and it's brilliant. And then the last third of the game is set on some fucking cruise ship. You're like, what the fuck has happened to this game? But I don't. But they're saying this RE movie is going to be based on 1 and 2, and I love the woman who's playing Claire because got a little bit of crush A little bit of a crush on that lady. She was in the latest Pirates of the Caribbean, and she was in Crawl, the movie with the alligator, which was fucking awesome. So I do want to see this picture, but I don't have a lot of faith because the director's kind of like, eh. But then again, who's the director of the Uncharted movie? Who's doing that? Uncharted movie director. Who did they end up going with? Because that's done shooting for the most part. Ruben Fleischer. Oh, he's done Zombieland. Okay. Okay. No, that could work. That could fucking work. Okay, let's see. I think that's all he's done. So I don't think he's got a big resume. Let's see. Ruben Fleischer. His highest, yeah. Okay. Oh, he did Venom. Okay, this guy's fine. He's not Scorsese. He's not, the Tenet guy. What the guy's name? Batman, Tenet. What the fuck is that guy's name? Nolan. He's not that. But you don't need that. You don't want that. This guy's got a good resume for making an Uncharted picture. I think that's great. Zombieland, Venom, 30 Minutes or Less. Now, he started off, 89, then he made some shit. This is probably him right here. 89 was his vision. These are him trying to make it in Hollywood and having to deal with executive bullshit. And then he kind of came back a little bit. So who knows? You didn't like Zombieland? Oh, I thought it was pretty goddamn good. Anyway, though, if it's truly horror-focused and not just another throwaway action film, I'm all in, says Eternal. Yeah. I was talking to Frosty a couple weeks ago. We were talking about, in the chat, in the stream, we were talking about the trailer for Monster Hunter, which is Jovovich, which, fine. It looks good. I know he liked it. Frosty thought it was a lot better. I didn't think it was bad, but I certainly am not going to rush out to the motion picture house and see that film. I'm going to wait until it's on TV. We're going to get back to video games. I have to show you something. I follow this group over on Twitter, and they're called Midnight Pulp. And the reason I even started following them is because I was like, they stream movies, and I'm like, how do you guys stream movies legally? Probably though, because now I get it, because they actually own the rights. They release these. But anyway, I love this company's site. Like, if I were to ever go back into creative work, be it movies or be it games, I would never, ever be interested in making something artistic and emotional and meaningful and about the human condition. I would only want to do this kind of stuff. As I've gotten older, I'm just like, you know what? This is my shtick. This is my bread and fucking butter. I just think it's so funny and so weird. Look at this. This is a thing called Tripping Out. This is just about drug culture. Okay, I didn't know what it was about. But look at this shit. Supervan. Come on now. I'd play a game called Supervan. Are you kidding me? Hairy Knuckles and the Pearl Necklace. I don't want to know what that's about. Come on, Sexy Rangers. Let's see what Sexy Rangers is about. I don't have permission, sure, but it's a campy slice of tokusatsu goodness. I don't know what that is. Following 5 sexy fighters as they battle giant monsters and robots. Imagine Power Rangers, but they're all the Pink Ranger. That's not too shabby. That's not too goddamn shabby. Let's take a look at that. Sexy Rangers. I just want to see some screen grabs from that fucking thing. Hang on. Hang on now. Who's hyper today? Hey! If you think I'm hyper today, give me some fucking Zoloft in the chat. It's time to take the Zoloft anyway. Oh shit, I'm out of Zoloft. I need to call my doctor. I don't have any Zoloft for today. Shit, give me some digital Zoloft. All right, look at that. Look at that. Interesting. Do I have safe search on? I don't know. Let me turn this off just in case though. Thank you, Crank. I appreciate that, pal. Thank you, Akashi. Okay, look at this. Sexy Rangers. Okay, I would watch this motion picture. We should get this motion picture, and this should be the next goddamn movie night. Look at this goddamn thing. I would watch this. Look at them Sexy Rangers. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. That's fun. That's fucking fun. Look at that. Sexy little Japanese. No, I don't think that's what that is. That's just them wearing the... That's not the motion picture. That's something called the Love Ranger. Look at that. Look at that. God damn. Okay, anyway, the point is, Sexy Rangers, Midnight Pulp. That's the kind of shit I would make. That's the kind of shit I would make. I'm not even ashamed of it. I don't want to be an arty-farty person. I just want to make something that's fucking fun. You know what I'm saying? Focus, Jaffe, focus. Listen to me. Let's talk about the medium. what about the Twisted Metal movie series? What about it? They're rolling, baby. They're rolling ahead on it. We'll have to see what happens. I had a meeting. It's a good meeting. You never know with film and TV. You never know with anything creative where you need people's money, but certainly with film and television, it's a very expensive endeavor. You blow on it wrong and it falls apart. But hopefully they'll keep rolling. No, I'm not really involved in it. I had a couple of meetings and I had one meeting actually, sorry, and they pitched it to me. I had some questions. They had some answers. I was like, cool, sounds neat, man. Just hit me up if you need any resources or if you need anything, I'm here for you. And they said, great. But no, I'm not working on it. I watched a little bit of Social Dilemma Mike 22. Thought it was pretty good. I want to talk about this video game here, The Medium. The Medium is a horror game from Team Bloober that is kind of hit and miss. When they're hitting, they're awesome. They did Layers of Fear, which is one of my favorite horror games of all time. This is the horror game where you, in real time, are in both the spirit realm and the real realm, and they're literally rendering both realms at the same time on your screen. So imagine like Soul Reaver, where you could change the environment, but instead of changing it, you're either in A or B, you're in both at the same fucking time, at least in parts of this game, right? I don't know if it's going to be good. It's one of the few Xbox titles. The thing is supposed to launch December 10th. It's one of the few Xbox exclusives and Game Pass exclusives. That's where I'll play it. That you can get on Xbox that you can't get on PS5, and they're kind of, Microsoft's promoting it and things like that. Anyway, the point is, so this fucking game goes out to Australia, and Australia says, yeah, no, you can't release that here. We're not going to give you a certification, right? Now, they haven't been specific about why it was refused classification. There's one of two reasons. One of them is either because there's just an error in how they submitted their paperwork online. Could be that. Happens sometimes. The other one, which happens more often, though, is that there's content in the medium that the Australians say, no fucking way. I didn't even know this. If you look at the article, this one's on Kotaku Australia, some of the games that have been refused there, DayZ, they had marijuana in it, and the game got pulled because you can't have marijuana. Katana Zero, which I'm playing now, and I adore it. It doesn't say why. That was initially banned in Australia. Maybe it's because the character takes drugs. I don't know. The Witcher had to be modified because Geralt wanted sex as a reward. Now, the last one makes sense. Omega Labyrinth was banned over sexualization of minors. Well, of course. But they don't know why the medium is falling apart here. My accent, Hogwash says, where's my accent? Let me tell you something. When my my son was playing baseball, softball, they had a chant that was like, good eye, like, keep your eye on the ball. Good eye, good eye, good eye. But it was interesting because when they said it fast, it sounded like they were saying good day. So if you say good eye, good eye, good eye, good eye, good eye, good eye, that's the best Australian accent I got, Hogwash. The point of this about the medium, though, is, look, man, we never had this problem in Australia with Twisted Metal Black or God of War. But I still to this day get accused that people will tell me, oh, Sony censored Twisted Metal in Europe. It's like, no, they didn't. The government in Europe said, or in England said, it was England and a few other countries, said, you're not putting out your video game, sir, unless you make these changes. Now, that was Sony. Sony owned the rights. Sony's like, make the changes, Jaffe, because what are we going to do? Not release just because you want to keep your artistic integrity intact? Go ahead and fucking change it. And it made sense. I didn't put up a fight. But I wonder, though, I think the guys who make the medium and the girls who make the medium, they own that. And I don't know if it makes more sense to say, you know what, we're not putting our game out. Fuck you. We're gonna hold to our, because they're saying we'll resubmit something to you, Australia, by Friday, and that should pass. So if it is content related, they're basically saying we're willing to acquiesce in order to get our game released in your territory. There is no right answer for that. I mean, the only right answer is, where's your balance? Do you prioritize artistic integrity and expression ahead of making money? Or do you want to make money mainly, but it would be great if in doing so you can express something and say something about the world, right? And I don't think one's right and one's wrong. Crank in the chat says nothing is more important than artistic integrity, though. I think nothing is more important than integrity. I don't know about artistic integrity, but I don't know, man. I mean, you got mouths to feed, you got a company to keep open, you got a staff to feed, and suddenly, I don't know if Australia is a big market, but let's say they're going to lose 20%. Not that's too big. Say they're going to lose 10% of their sales if they don't make this one change where the character takes a hypodermic needle and slams it in her arm and starts having visions. And they say, okay, we're going to get rid of that in Australia, and we're going to make her execute the visions in a different way. I don't know, man. I'd probably say, fuck it. I don't mind making that change. The ones that I have a problem with are the ones where it affects the entire world. So sometimes changes will be made to a game. This happens in China a lot to make that particular territory happy, but that SKU is the same SKU content-wise all over the fucking planet when it comes to things that are potentially offensive in one territory. That would be a problem. So if they edit stuff out of the medium for Australia and we get hit with that in America, I'd be annoyed. I'm not going to not play it, but I'd be like, you know what, man? Fuck you, Australia. Go fuck yourselves. It's okay you don't have this, but we all have to suffer because your fucking Puritan ways. Not that we're not Puritan, but you know what I mean. Violent says Australia is a big market because they can change ridiculous amounts of... No, they can charge ridiculous amounts of their currency. I'm not even really sure I understand what that means, but... Don't release it in their country, says Bacon. You can easily get games from other countries now since there's no region lock. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask them. I don't know. They're clearly willing to do it. But again, it could have also just been a paper error. In the end, the business imperatives are warping the artistic vision. Yeah, but I mean, again, that's... Anytime somebody that's not you gives you money to do something, other than paying you for something that the relationship is clear, but if they're funding the creativity... Business imperatives always warp it. I do this stream on my own. If somebody said, Jaffe, we want you to run the stream for Sony. We want you to do a Sony stream. And we'll pay you money to do it. It's their stream, right? So ultimately, the artistic vision is nice, but if you're not the one, if you're the artist and you're not paying for it, it's not really your fucking vision. But I hear you. And that's one of the reasons Sony was always so great to work with, because they did make it feel within reason like it was still the individual team's visions. Sometimes business had to step in, but it was still not a bad thing. You did feel very connected to the product. All right, I want to show you guys a couple of fast things really quick, and then we're going to talk about voiceover actresses and actors in Japan and the suicide rate of that particular field. I want to take a sip of the bubbly first. Hang on now. Let's settle. God, I can't believe I don't have my Zoloft today. Jaffe, you moron. It's not a problem. I'm just like, fuck, I forgot to call the doctor and get a new prescription. So dumb. Have I seen the art that inspired the Medium's hellscapes? I have not. No. Send me a link and I'll put it up. Okay, listen to me. I want to show you some real quick hits, and then we'll talk about this suicide thing going on. Play-Doh says, you know what? We would like to release new Play-Doh scents, new Play-Doh flavors, and whatnot, but we'd like to do it for the grown-up people. But hey, boom! Look at that. You know what you're looking at? You're looking at 6 new flavors of Play-Doh that is made just for adults. They sell them all as one big 6-pack. You can't buy them individually. I am going to buy this. I want to show you what they are. Let's walk through it, shall we? You can get the grown-up scent Play-Doh, which smells like Spa Day. I don't know what that is. Maybe it looks like you got a lot of cucumbers on there. Maybe it smells like cucumbers and hot towels. I don't fucking know. But there you go, Spa Day. Well, flavors, because, a lot of kids eat the Play-Doh. Bacon, smegma, hole, you're going to hell, sir. Okay, so you eat Play-Doh, kids eat Play-Doh. I don't eat it anymore. But, from time to time, but it smells so good. But this doesn't have the classic Play-Doh smell that you remember that most people love about Play-Doh. This one smells like Spa Day. Do with that what you will, pals. Now, this next one smells like Grilled King. It basically smells like grilled meat. Grilled meat Play-Doh. Now, you can mix and match these. Let's see. This is an overpriced latte. which probably smells sort of kind of, chocolatey coffee. I don't know if this smells like bacon. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm very interested to smell these fucking things. This smells like mom jeans. Now, this one is pretty interesting because what does that mean? Does it mean it smells like denim? Or does it mean that it smells like sort of sexually repressed horny lady? I don't know. What does that mean when you write in mom jeans? Or maybe it's a blend there. I don't know what that smells like. It's pretty fucking interesting. For the Krueger lovers, that's right, Random Moose Brains, that's right. We have reached peak humanity, folks, with Play-Doh, that's right. Mom jeans, there you go, Crank, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's post-coital jeans, right. Well, mom jeans, I don't know how much she's getting, but you never know. It's the smell of WAP, says Sir Dragon Moon, perhaps. Rob says he wants Gwyneth Paltrow scent Play-Doh. It might be coming if these are a hit. I bet these will be a hit. Cott says, what the hell is this? This is new Play-Doh flavors from Play-Doh made for grown-ups. This is the next one. Lord of the Lawn, fresh cut grass. Now that's pretty goddamn great. Let me ask you guys before I show you the last one. I have seen these candles since, and I've never bought one, and I haven't, the pandemic has made it so I don't go out a lot. But there's like scents now for not only like bookstores, like it smells like a bookstore, which I love the smell of a bookstore. There's a whole company that's built around making candles that smell like specific theme park rides. So if you've ever ridden Pirates of the Caribbean, when you first walk in and that sort of smell of the wood and the water wafts up, or the smell of the Haunted Mansion, or the Haunted Mansion at Christmas time with the cinnamon that comes out, they make candles that they say smell like that. And I'm wondering, have you ever tried these? Because, does it really smell like that? If it does, my goodness gracious, I will absolutely buy a bunch of those fucking candles. The last Play-Doh flavor for grown-ups is Dad's Sneakers. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? I don't. Is there a nursing home scent, says Zan. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Hogwash says hogwash scent is dried up semen and pepperoni. Jesus Christ, Hogwash. That they will, I'll tell you what, if they ever come out and say Play-Doh or a candle will make you a custom flavored candle, and let's say it's $1,000. If I raise $1,000 specifically for that charity in the chat, I will get them to make us a semen encrusted bacon flavored, granola bar flavored candle, and we'll call it the Hogwash. Hello, Laura Luna, what's up? We're talking right now about the new flavors of grown-up Play-Doh from Hasbro. Just to recap, then we're going to move on. We got expensive latte, spa day, mom jeans, fresh cut grass clippings, not raw meat, cooked meat, and Dad's Sneakers. These are all the Play-Doh. Okay, so whatever name works, if you're saying it's the new shoe smell, absolutely. Absolutely. I will buy that. I love the smell of brand new sneakers. But if this is it says Dad Sneakers, it doesn't say new sneakers. How is this adult-only Play-Doh? How is this not meant for kids? Well, Bacon Magma, it's not a law. They're picking scents that they think associate with adulthood. They're not saying kids can't buy them, you moron. Come on now. Now listen to me. I want to talk about something. We talked a little bit earlier about the Power Rangers. Again, we're going to go quick, and then we're going to talk about the suicides amongst the voice acting folk over in the Japanese district. Wood scent would be nice, Zanmoff. They do have a candle. Laura says a just baked bread flavor. Oh my God, I would just be sitting there all day smelling the fucking dough, baby. That sounds great. Listen to me. We talked earlier a little bit about the sexy Power Rangers from that Midnight Pulp thing. This is kind of cool, and I'm going to put it in the chat right now. If you're interested in comic books, here you go. Here's a link. Play-Doh made to smell like the success of Drawn to Death, which I guess is just empty air then. Fuck you, Cot. Here you go if you're interested. Right now, you can read the first 3 issues for free of a comic book mashup from... Who did this? I don't know. I think it's Power Rangers meets Freddy Krueger. Fred goddamn Krueger fights the goddamn Power Rangers. And you can read all 3 of the first 3 issues for free online right now. I haven't read it. I don't know if it's good. I don't think there's sex in it because I think it's branded. It's branded with Bando Namkai, who owns Power Rangers, and Warner Brothers that owns Freddy. Let's take a look at it real quick. We're not going to read it on the stream. I just want to see what it looks like. Issue 1. Yeah, sure, issue 1. Let's take a look. You got it, pal. Issue 1, Nightmare on Elm Street meets the Power Rangers. Look at the Pink Ranger hanging on for dear life. Look at that. Look at that. That's from the poster. Okay. Oh, wait, is that the Pink Ranger? But using the Nancy pick doesn't matter. Point is, let's move on. Okay, here we go. Power Rangers. I want to see how do they meet. These mashups, like Archie fucking meets the goddamn Predator, was amazing because it was done in Archie fucking style. Oh, look at that. Yeah, but it was gory as fuck. Look at that. He's tearing apart the fucking Power Rangers. Nice. Nice. All right, I'll be reading this shit. Look at that shit. Pretty good. Is it canon? I don't think it matters. Kids mix media with adult media. Dude, let me tell you something. If you've never seen, I will be reading this. I will absolutely be reading this. Archie meets Predator. I got this. I spelled it wrong. I read this and it was really good. But what I thought was great about Archie versus the Predator is it was done in traditional Archie style. It's not like Riverdale or anything. It was done in like super cartoony style, but it was bloody as fuck and everybody died. Everybody fucking, like Betty's fucking bleeding. Jughead got his fucking head cut off. I'm gonna see if there's a murder shot in here, like just to show you the level of gore. I mean, they were not playing around. They were not like, okay, it's like a Funko Pop version of Predator. It's like, no. Fucking, Dilton Doily, or whatever the fuck his name is, gets his fucking spine ripped off, at the head and pulled out by the fucking Predator. It's great. I don't think they're going to show me any of the spoiler murders. But, here's one. Look, there's Archie getting the shit, and he doesn't die here. But, I mean, it's good stuff. It's good goddamn stuff. Okay, let's move on. What's that? Nah, nobody cares about that. You might care about this. Do you like the motion picture show? I like the motion picture show. Right now, there's a PDF, and fuck it, I'm a nice guy. I'll put this in the goddamn stream as well. That's on the YouTube if you're curious about such nonsense. This is an auction coming up for replicas and original props from famous motion pictures. It's a great PDF. It's almost 300 pages long that you can get on your computer. You can also buy the book for $50. I'm not doing that. But you can bid on this shit, okay? I just want to show you some of this stuff. This is pretty incredible. Zan Moff. That reminds me, I got to make a video of that. Zan Moff, we talked about... Zan says Marvel owns aliens now. We might see them kill the Marvel Universe. Hello, Lalo. They are doing that. They're doing. If you haven't seen the covers of the Marvel Universe Fights the Alien, every issue, I think it's in January or February, Spider-Man's fighting them, Hulk is fighting them. There's a great image of Wolverine fighting Alien. It's fucking great. I don't know if they're going to have the alien kill anyone, but it's great. Anyway, let's just go through a couple of these because they're really fucking cool. So again, all of these, like this is the Dawn of Ape Mask 2001. This is not a replica because they'll tell you. This is actually from the movie. I don't know what pound conversion is. 2,000 to 3,000 pounds, which I don't know what that is. This is like cutlery from 2001, 2000 to 3,000, storyboards from 2001. I want to show you the alien one though. What is this one from? Buckaroo Banzai? Okay. Now this is a replica. This is a replica of John Hurt's spacesuit in 2001. So it's movie accurate, but it wasn't actually used on the set. Moon Knight can fight aliens, says Violence. Sure. Lalo says, I enjoy your work, David Jaffe. Lalo, I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you very much on behalf of all of us who made it. Look at this, Lalo. Look at that. That is real. That is not a replica. This was used on the set in 1978 for Ridley Scott's seminal classic, Alien. You can tell because it's a real fucking honest auction house. There's the strap that went around the chin of the actor. Look at all these fucking hydraulics and shit that they use to control the fucking mask. You know what I'm saying? Look at that goddamn thing. The mouth juts out. That's the top-down view. Come on, now that's where it's not the bottom-up view. That's where the guy's head fit, little chin strap. This will run you, if you're curious, if you want to toss some ducats, 40,000 to 60,000 pounds, which again, I don't know. Sir Dragon says, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it was used in the movie, but what happened in the movie's not real. I understand. That's what makes it even cooler. Well, not even cooler, but it makes it pretty fucking cool. Jose Luis Garcia Rubio has subscribed over on the YouTube. I appreciate it, Jose. Thank you very much, sir. Very kind of you. Let's see if we'll show a couple more, then we'll move on. Let's see if there's a really cool one. This is all aliens. There's an alien's egg, which oh, look at that. Look at that. Now, this is a replica, though. A full-size queen replica. Yeah, that's not was used, but that's life-size, 20,000 to 30,000. Am I getting something? No, I don't like stuff. I mean, this stuff is cool to like, you know, it's cool to look at, and if somebody owns it, like I'd like to go to their home and go, oh, that's so cool you have that. But it's just stuff. End of the day, it's just crap. I mean, it just is. And I don't mean crap like it's not quality, but I mean crap in the sense of like, what am I going to do with it? I'll enjoy it for about 20 minutes. I'll enjoy it when someone comes over to say, oh, look what I have. And then I'll you know, I won't think about it anymore. And I don't know what, you know, 80,000 pounds equates to. Does anybody know what that is? And where's Siri? Is she around? I don't know what that equates to. But it's just like, I'm good. But it's cool. There's Newt. Let's see. Let's. There's the Predator. What is this? American Werewolf in London. Look at that fucking thing. 50,000 pounds. 50,000 pounds. What's that lady? That's from Apocalypse Now. Okay. It's a lot of cheaper stuff. Assassin's Creed. This is from Assassin's Creed, the motion picture. Not bad. What's all this? Avenue Q. Oh, Save the Clock Tower. Is this replica? No, this is real. A set of 4 Save the Clock Tower flyers from Zemeckis' time travel motion picture. I think this is real. This is not replica. I don't think these are replicas. That would be a nice thing to have framed in your homestead. Got Marty's jacket, a bunch of Batman shit. You know. Anyway, the link's on YouTube. If you're interested, check it out. This is like 250 something pages. So I mean, it'll take you some time to go through it. But if you like, there's Beverly Hills Cop. Is that his real jacket? That's got to be a replica. That's his real jacket from Eddie Murphy. If you like this kind of stuff, it'll be a lot of fun to go through. I'll go through this later off stream. Is the Marty jacket functional? I don't think so. Isn't that the one that you just kind of pull a lever and it kind of zips around you? I'm almost certain it doesn't. Let's find out. The jacket from the movie, custom made for the production. The high-tech garment is made from red bobbled rubber with several dark gray and black components. Jacket's restored. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. That would be amazing. That would be so fucking cool. Then it might be worth buying. Oh my God. What's that from? Oh, that's from Braveheart. I was like, is that from Holy Grail? You got some Bruce Lee nunchucks? Come on, you guys. This shit's cool. That shit's cool. Chuck Nolan, Tom Hanks' Desert Island loincloth. No, thank you. I won't be... Oh, my God. Oh, that's Downey's costume of Charlie Chaplin. Okay, I was like, that's the real fucking thing? Chitty Chitty Bang Man? Fucking cool. All right, we're going to move on. But check it out if you're interested. There's the link again in the YouTube if such things float the boat that you have. Last 2 things we're going to talk about. We're going to take a couple of detours in Japan. Then we're going to take a break. And then we're going to come back and play some Luigi's Mansion 3. But I want to show you guys some of this stuff. Right now, you know, this is just if you're a fan... if you're a fan of the Totoro, in Japan, they just do these little fucking quirky fucking things. If you go to Takarozawa Station, and that is the prefecture where Miyazaki, the animator, the creator of Ghibli and one of the main Ghibli guys, old guy now, you know, that's where he grew up. He says, that inspired me to make Totoro. If it wasn't for that town, there would be no Totoro. Now, if you've never seen fucking Totoro, you need to watch the Totoro because it's one of the greatest, most uplifting movies ever made. It's wonderful. Wonderful motion picture. But in that prefecture, all of the train stations are now basically playing jingles from Totoro when the train is about to depart. Would you like to see? Sure you would. Here you go. I'll show you 2 of them. That's it. Little jingle. Now, if you know the movie, these songs are embedded in your brainstem. If you don't know the movie, you're like, it's just a fucking jingle. No, this is almost as classic as like dun 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 dun. Right? I mean, that's how, if you know Totoro, that's how tied these melodies are. Listen to this one. That's then you'll be with Totoro. Hogwash, you're an asshole. He says that's why they keep killing themselves. Oh, you're an asshole. We're going to talk about that. Look. If you've ever seen Totoro... God, that's so good. All right, anyway, there you go. Last thing before we talk about the voice actors in Japan. This guy in Japan invents... You know what? I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to put the video on. It's only like a minute video. I want you to tell me if you know what the fuck you're looking at. This is an invention in Japan that either is out or they're working on. Okay? Here we go.
あなたは彼女と手をつないで散歩したことがありますか？人によっては彼女を作ることはとても難しいことかもしれません。私たちが開発したお散歩彼女を使えば彼女を作るよりも簡単に彼女と手をつなぐ体験ができます。人肌そっくりの柔らかさを再現する素材である人肌ゲルで骨格を覆い、肉厚でふわふわした女性の手の柔らかさを実現しました。圧力センサーで手を握る強さを感知しており、彼女の手を握ると握り返してくれるような体験ができます。彼女とお散歩するときは、歩幅を合わせなくてはいけません。早く歩きすぎると、モーターが回転して手が引っ張られてしまいます。
Okay. Yes. Kaiden, yes. It is basically a guy has invented a robot. It's not even a robot girlfriend. It's a hand for lonely people to walk with. Okay. And it's really specific. Here it says the outer covering is made from soft and pliable gel to recreate the tenderness of a woman's hand. There's an internal pressure sensor. So when you squeeze the palm, it squeezes your hand back. When walking with a girlfriend, it says your strides may not be perfectly meshed for each and every step. To replicate this, the hand is mounted on a track that runs perpendicular to your wrist. You walk too quickly and the motors cause it to slide back, creating a reward tugging sensation on your arm, right? So it's definitely trying to really simulate. Internal heater, so the warmth will radiate out from its palm and fingers, so it feels like a real fucking hand. A human hand isn't dry like a chunk of plastic or a mound of rubber, it says. While a hand that's slick with sweat would be unpleasant, a certain amount of moisture is needed for an organic feeling. To achieve that, a piece of moistened fabric is inside the hand, and when the heater is activated, it causes trace amounts of moistures to be secreted through small pores in the outer covering. Finally, this is amazing. There's two more things. There's an app. Kaiden says you feel sad now. There's an app, and with the app, you put your earbuds in, and when you're walking with the hand, it plays the sounds of your virtual girlfriend's step through your smartphone speaker and the sounds of her breathing and the gentle rustle of her clothing. So while you're walking around with this hand, and I don't know where you're going to be, it's doing everything it can to convince you that it is real. The last thing, it's treated with women's shampoo so that the subtle aroma of freshly washed hair will waft up from it when the cloth is heated. Now, it's an interesting question. Mutant says, if it makes people happy, why is it sad? I don't think it's... okay, here's what I think about it. I think, although Violence would take issue, Violence says it's next level sad. I don't think it's sad so much. I think it's, first off, it's really interesting. It's very strange. It's very specific. It's like, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? That's really weird and specific. And, you know, I mean, okay, let's be honest. Is it sad? What they're saying is, and there's a lot of loneliness in Japan apparently, especially during the pandemic, but even before, and this will roll into our conversation about suicide and actors in Japan. Apparently loneliness and the ikiyamura, is that what they're called? The shut-ins. It's close, if not already at epidemic level. They're very worried over their health officials about how lonely people are in that particular culture. So part of it though, yeah, so Jacob says, why don't you go out and get a girlfriend instead of buying a hand? Well, again, yes, but that's like telling a fat guy or an overweight guy like me, why don't you just eat carrots instead of pizza, right? Some things people struggle with. So yes, of course, we know the practical way to get a real girlfriend is to go meet real women. But clearly there's a loneliness epidemic in Japan, and this is a thing that, so I don't mock the people who might actually need it or like it. And hell, I would try it. I wouldn't want to walk around like pretending I have a girlfriend that's a fake hand, but I'd want to just touch it and see how it works. But I just thought it was interesting. I know the struggle, but there's no other way not to be lonely. Of course, Jacob. Of course, 100%. No doubt. It says the prototype is designed as a stand-in for a woman's hand. It seems like the system could easily be adapted to replicate a man's hand with a more substantial coating and fragrances like cologne, barbecue, charcoal, and motor oil. And while it'd be easy to write it off as another attempt to create a virtual girlfriend for those who are afraid of trying to find a human one, Jacob, the development team says one of their goals for the invention is to comfort those living isolated lifestyles during the pandemic. Another is to create an impetus for those working attending classes from home to get regular exercise, and they are both admirable aspirations for the device. So, there you go. But let's talk about it when it turns more serious. 30% of surveyed Japanese actors and voice actors admit to suicidal thoughts due to work, okay? So, interesting and tragic. I was not aware that the suicide rate in Japan is kind of getting up there, right? I'm going to show you something. In the last year alone, I think this is from this year. This is just September. Fourth suicide by a Japanese star during COVID alone. Now, that's not the fourth suicide in Japan. This is the fourth major celebrity who's taken their own fucking lives. Suicide has long been a social issue in Japan, and experts fear isolation and economic fallout from the virus could lead to more people. So yeah, you've had 4 people in the last couple of months who have basically ended their lives that are actors, that are known celebrities in that culture. 30% of surveyed Japanese actors, voice actors, admit to suicidal thoughts due to work. What they're saying is that they surveyed the Japanese actor union. They surveyed voice actors and says, have you ever wanted to die because of your work? 48 came back responses. 30% of the survey said yes. They said because of difficult working hours and harassment. So a number of these people who did kill themselves that were actors are complaining about social media. They're saying they get so scrutinized and so insulted and so hounded that it has totally taken a huge ding on their mental health, which I just think is, this is what I think is fascinating about it. To me, as a guy who grew up loving celebrities, my mom was obsessed with celebrities and shit, and I, prayed at the altar of Steven Spielberg and George Lucas and all that shit. Today, they took on an otherworldly persona to me, and I think celebrities still do for people. You don't look at them as normal people, even though intellectually they are. But that mixed with how easily accessible. Back in the day, it's like you could like Steven Spielberg or hate him, but he probably didn't know for the most part. Unless he went out to a convention or he was signing autographs and somebody walked up and said, I fucking hate, E.T. It was so fucking stupid. He's not experiencing that every fucking day now. If you're a known personality, if you're a fucking celebrity, especially in geek culture where the geeks are, you fucking fuckers are. I understand. I'm kind of that way, but not that. I'm not mean about it. But so passionate about this shit, like anime. And if you fucking do something that pisses off the fucking peanut gallery and you are of the disposition that you take their shit online serious, I understand. I understand why this is, it's a problem. 30% of Japanese voice actors say they've thought of killing themselves because of work, because of harassment. I don't know, man. Remember the type of work Japanese voice actors are also much more demeaning for them as a human. I don't watch enough anime to know that. I don't know how demeaning it is. Mutant Mo says YouTubers and influencers get it rough too. Well, let me tell you something. Now, I'm certainly not an influencer and I'm certainly not a big YouTuber, but I've been doing YouTube enough now and I've been putting enough content out there now that even when I was making games at Sony, I never got the volume of, not that I get a huge volume of hate, but I put out so much content now, for better or for worse, on this channel that it's always giving someone a new opportunity to say I'm a fucking moron. Now, usually it doesn't bother me. It very rarely bothers me. But if I was prone to be bothered by this, a lot of times it's fun for me. I'm like, ooh, I can engage with somebody online and fucking tear them a new asshole. But if I was sensitive to this, even at my little tiny level, I certainly wouldn't want to take my life, but it would be pretty fucking difficult. It would be pretty fucking hurtful. Absolutely. Reza says, I heard some voice actors get a lot of hate for just voicing characters people don't like. Dude, the people at Insomniac got hate for fucking putting Spider-Man in the wrong costume, in their opinion, the fucking wrong costume. What was it the other day that the Insomniac guys, the creative director, got death threats for... What did he get death threats for? Some stupid bullshit about Miles Morales. But it's like, we know where you live, and fuck you, man. Here's what I would love. I would love to see one of these fuckers actually try to hurt somebody. It's like, you know what? You're so fucking stupid that you're gonna say you're gonna hurt somebody. And then you do it. I guarantee you, most of us with our prep could take you. Now, if you don't say anything, you probably got a little bit more skills because you're like, I really want to hurt this guy. Why would I announce it? But most of these fuckers are just like, really? You're a fucking moron. I hate the fact that online, a lot of times Twitter will be like, oh, this is serious. Take this serious. It's maybe serious if the person is serious. 95, 98% of the time, it's like, don't fucking give these people the pleasure. I had people putting shit online the other day about me and my kid cutting our heads off and shit, and both of us were laughing. It's like, really? You know why he wanted to cut our heads off? Because I made a video game about Greek mythology, and he felt I disrespected the deities. Come on now. Magic says if you tell someone you're going to hurt them, it can be punishable by law. Well, that's the other thing. If you're really going to hurt somebody and you really want to, you're probably not going to put obstacles in your way like being able to be arrested for making threats. Rob says it's disgusting to see the death threats. You got to be a certain kind of person to have the mentality. Oh, I agree. 68 million American citizens got hate for voting Trump. Is that where we're at now? 68 million? Did they call it yet? Is Biden won? We're going to take a break, but we're not making a political stream. I just want to go and I want to see where we're at. Then we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and we are going to have ourselves a hootenanny. Hello, Noise Tank. Always good to see you, sir. As we play Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't think I'm going to finish Luigi's Mansion 3 tonight, but we're close. I'm on the 11th, 12th floor. I love that goddamn game. It's great. But I want to clear out my backlog so when Miles Morales shows up, Little Big Planet shows up, and Demon Souls shows up, that can be our focus. Itchy says, as an Athenian, thank you so much for God of War. Well, I don't even understand that. If you are of Greek nationality, and if you are a moron, and you believe literally in Zeus and Athena and whatnot, you'd think this guy would be thanking me for making Greek mythology relevant in pop culture. Because I guarantee you, The success of God of War gave birth to the remake of Clash the Titans. The success of God of War gave birth to, there was a Gerard Butler movie that, not 300, of course, that came before us, but it was an Egyptian kind of gods thing. I guarantee you that if you're a Greek, you'd look at God of War and go, okay, maybe I got some things wrong, we got some things wrong, but you'd go, goddamn, that's fucking cool, that's our shit. Why in the goddamn world somebody who is into the Greek gods would say, they should be fucking giving me some shit, give me some fucking money. Buy me a fucking Xbox Series X, motherfucker. That's what you should be doing. Threaten to cut my head off. If Zeus was real, Zeus would say, good on you, Jaffe. I appreciate, you bringing the old gods back. Motherfucking morons. Ben says, I think God of War is my introduction to mythology. That's right. For a lot of people, I had a lot of people write me and say, my teacher got mad at me because I wanted to write a paper about Kratos in Greek mythology. And she says Kratos wasn't real. Like, yeah, I know. But I never said he was. I was big into Greek myths growing up and have watched Jason the Argonauts. God of War made it cooler, says Kaiden. Goddamn right. You goddamn right. I love that shit growing up. Edith Hamilton and Ray Harryhausen stuff. I mean, you're going to cut off Ray Harryhausen's corpse's head too? Because he made Greek mythology fucking cool, you moron. Gods of Egypt was shit, says Zanmoff. I know, but it looked so cool. But you know what? So did goddamn Godzilla King of the Monsters. Skull Island is the best fucking monster movie anyone's made in a long time. But Godzilla King of the Monsters just broke my heart because it was so conceptually cool. And it was so cool to see all those fights. And it was just not a very good movie. How is that possible? How is that possible? Hogwash says if you wanted to cut off your head, it'd have to be a quick time event. That's true. Skull Island was great. Grape King says Kratos is real to him. I understand. Yeah, Rob says Neil Gaiman got him into Norse mythology. The new Neil Gaiman book, which is all the Norse myths, written from his angle. Yeah, it's fucking great. Skull Island is the most original King Kong movie since King Kong. The guy who directed that follows me. It makes me so happy to know that he follows me because I'm like, dude, I'm such a fucking fan. The scene in King Kong Skull Island where King Kong reaches down the fucking throat of the giant monster he's fighting and literally pulls out his fucking tongue and stomach. Come on. Here's where we're at with the election, folks. Biden is basically 6 electoral votes away from becoming the next president of the United States. He is leading about a little over 3 million in the popular vote. And he'll probably get more. All that's not counted yet. But I don't know. If you voted for Trump, I'm sure you're disappointed a little bit. And that sucks. It sucks to lose an election. It sucks to lose a football game. I get it. But hopefully, we're not going to talk politics. I'm going to tell you this one thing. I liked what Biden came out and said today. He said this the whole time. But, look, man, I never had a problem with George Bush Sr. I was young, but Biden comes out and says, look, if you voted for me, thank you. If you didn't, that's okay. I'm going to work as hard for you as I do for the people who voted for me. I'm an American president. I'm not a Democratic president. And if Trump just would have extended an olive branch and said, look, I won. I don't fucking know how I won. Nobody expected it, but fuck it, I won. And stop being so mean to everybody that didn't totally give him exactly what he wanted. Maybe he would have won this election. Bird says it was rigged. How was it rigged, sir? I'm going to answer. Let's talk about if it was rigged, only because I want to know from someone that thinks it's rigged where you're getting your data. And then we are going to turn off the politics and we are going to play the video game. Okay, we don't have to go to Drudge. I only go to Drudge Random Moose because I'm progressive and I like to read the news from various sites. I mean, we can go to whoever. We can go to the AP. The AP news is pretty much as basic as you're going to get. Biden wins Michigan and Wisconsin, now on the brink of White House. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you're mocking the other guy, Bird. Gotcha. Don't take the bait. It's not bait. I'm curious. There are literally people that think the Democrats are trying to steal the election. And I'm just like, why? Why are you thinking that? They've been saying for months the election's going to take a couple of days to call. They've been saying for months that Biden, the Democrats vote early and the Republicans show up in force, and that happened. And the early votes are being counted. Still, my county's votes were invalid as they made us use Sharpies on the ballot. Well, that should be fixed, Daniel. If you're telling me they made you use Sharpies and that was invalidated, then the court needs to step in and say all those people's votes that were thrown out, Democrat or Republican, they get to vote again. That's horseshit. That's absolutely horseshit. My boy is not Dave Rubin, but I'll look into that, Ryzen. What is Dave Rubin saying? Do I think a riot will happen? Probably not. Brian says it's a rigged and discussing. Why do you think it's rigged? Arizona, there's fishy stuff going on, and in Michigan, there's some like what? I mean, there's always sketchy stuff around elections, but specifically, what are you talking about? Zan Moff said they made people in Ohio use crayons. Right, Violent says he possibly could have won Michigan if not for, trying to kidnap and kill the governor. Yep, could be. If they lose, it's rigged. If it's fair, if they win, says Sir Dragon. Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, look, Daniel, anybody who was told by election officials, let's look at that. And we're gonna move on. I promise. This is not a political stream. It's big fucking news. It's big fucking news. No, Trump has already declared himself the winner. Are you kidding? Why is the boost in Philadelphia suspect? I don't understand that. It's been explained very clearly, all of this stuff. If you look at Georgia, if you look at Philadelphia, this is what they say. For months, they've been saying Democrats vote early because Democrats are afraid of the virus and they don't want to go out, compared to Republicans who are continually being told by Trump, we've turned the corner. There's no pandemic, or there is, but it's over. You're fine. You'll be safe. So they show up on election day, and they did. They showed up in droves yesterday, which is why it looked in some states like Trump was leading. In the news, Bernie Sanders 2 weeks ago said this is what's going to happen. The Democrats voted by mail. If you watched a bunch of news last night, they were telling you this is the stuff that's by mail or early balloting, and this is the stuff that is walk-in voting, which is heavily Republican. And a lot of the states that haven't been called yet or that are slowly starting to get called are states where last night you could see they weren't reporting any. Like if you look at what's happening in Atlanta right now and the counties around Atlanta, which are heavily Democratic, none of those votes have even been submitted. And the ones that have are day one votes, not the Democrat-heavy previous election day votes. So when you're saying it seems suspicious, that's happening in Philadelphia. The same thing happened in a number of Pennsylvania cities. So it's not really suspect. There was a block of 100,000 votes that didn't have one Trump vote. I don't know if that's accurate. I think what you're talking about is a website that puts all the votes together and then expresses them in data form, and everybody's been tweeting that little graph that goes straight up for Biden and nothing for Trump. They've since taken that back and said that was a calculating error. That's not an actual real thing. Then there was the case of Trump and Biden votes transposed. I don't know what that means. What does transposed mean, Brian? What I thought was weird, Jaffe, is Snopes says it's false, but usually Snopes doesn't react that fast. Okay, wait a minute. This is the problem. Hang on. Daniel says, Daniel, okay, so Daniel, you did the thing with the Sharpie, right? You had the problem with the Sharpie and they threw your vote out. Is that what you're saying? Or did anyone tell you your vote doesn't count? I need to know that, because now you're saying that Snopes is saying that that didn't happen. Okay, they gave the Biden votes to Trump and the Trump votes to Biden. If that happened, Brian King, then they should reverse that. Is there absolute proof of that? And if there is, then I don't think you'd find any Democrat that would say that should stand. But I'm waiting for Daniel. So let me look at this. Sharpie ballots. My vote was scanned and it went through. But what I heard on the radio, okay, so now you started off saying, this is what you started off saying. You started off saying, and I love you, sir, but you started off saying my county's votes were invalid as they made us use Sharpies. All got thrown out here, Jaffe. Well, yours didn't. And now you're saying Snopes is saying it's false. So where's your data? Come on now. Claim that Sharpie pins ruin Arizona ballots, missed the mark. Come on now. States across the U.S., this is the AP, this isn't fucking Huffington Post. States across the U.S. release totals, blah, blah, blah. Some media users are falsely claiming ballots are being mishandled in Arizona. The culprit, Sharpie markers. And what's come to be known as Sharpiegate, social media posts suggest election officials in Maricopa County provided voters with Sharpie pins which interfere with ballots being recorded, specifically those for Donald Trump. Arizona election officials say voting with a Sharpie would have no impact on the votes being recorded, and if there was an issue, there's a process that would keep the ballots from being canceled out. Here's a look at the facts. There you go. Come on now. Okay, Brian says the thing he was talking about the 100,000 votes for Trump, for Biden, he says, well, they did fix that, but it just seems to be so incompetently done, so unreliable. How are we supposed to trust anything? You're not supposed to go to that website. You're supposed to go to the AP. You're supposed to go to sites that basically are not, that are, triple checked. I had a lot of respect last night. I was watching some of this shit on NBC last night, and they refused to call states that other media was calling because they're like, we don't want to get it wrong. And so they were like 2 hours behind calling certain states for Trump and Biden. So you need to fucking go to news sources that have some fucking stones, Daniel says my ballot was not rejected when it was scanned, but what the reporter said, they were going to cause problems with the scanner. I got home and turned you on before doing anything but Snopes. I understand, but that's what I'm saying. People rush to the internet and start spewing this stuff, and it's like, why don't you do a little research first? That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, that's all we're gonna do on politics. I want to stay on games. It's such a big story. How can we not talk about it a little bit? That's interesting, Brian. Now, hey, Brian, I'll tell you what. You're 100% right. Brian says if Biden won, he won. How long till the virus disappears? You're not wrong about your skepticism. But what I would like you to do, Brian, and I love you. I love you're here. I love that you hang out with us. But I would love for you to say you were wrong. If it turns out in 2 months, 3 months, we're still fighting the virus. Because I think what you're saying is Trump has said, watch after the election how the virus goes away. No one talks about it anymore, okay? If in 1 or 2 or 3 months we're still struggling to deal with adjusting our country for the virus, I would love for you to say, yeah, it turns out that was wrong, that was absolute bullshit. And I'll say I'm wrong. If it turns out you're right, Brian, no one's talking about the virus anymore and the election was 3 days ago. I don't know which one of us is right. I think I'm right. You clearly think you're right. Let's at least agree that when we figure out who's right, we'll give props to the other one for reading the room properly. Fellas and Filettis, we're taking a quick break. Before we do, I want to show you a couple of things. It's important that you know. That this stream would not be possible without our members. I mean, it would be possible. It wouldn't be very comfortable. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the memberships. Again, as a reminder, Lunch with Jaffe, Cult of Calypso and Above is happening Friday. And then Saturday for all members, I'll be taking some marijuana edibles and we will be having a spiritual what is the meaning of life freshman 101 discussion. We're going to be doing Mickey Mania this month. We're doing a Thanksgiving Day special this month. I will be playing PS5 games, assuming the PS5 shows up, with members-only chat. There's a lot of stuff happening this month for members. I want to let you know all of the Diet Coke Soda Soldiers. I thank you guys so much. I want to let you know that over in Cult of Calypso, we couldn't do it without not only Muggin' Dude, but his sister's dog. I'm waiting for pictures. Anybody Cult to Calypso or above gets a picture associated with their name when it gets read out. The only one who sent me one is Muggin Dude. We got Muggin Dude, Bukaki, Drive-By, Random Moose Brains, Paria Fakihi, Wolfblood, Groovy Putzman, Melina Khan, Mupo, Retro Queen Gamer, Afro Alley, Master Dragon, and Brian King. All of these motherfuckers. It says, Jaffe, I want to have lunch with you a couple times a month. I want to help support the stream, and you know I appreciate it. And then we got the Gods of War. We got DW Octorok, Eddie Torres, Twisted 1272, Little Dane Barnes, and Heath Nation. Not only does Heath Nation show up and say, I want to support the stream, Heath Nation wants to let you know about something pretty near and dear to his heart, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Heath Nation has a great YouTube channel. I think it's worth going to if I were you. I want to show a little bit of that channel right now. This is from Heath Nation. And remember, if you're a God of War member at the God of War tier, Gabbin Games, every episode you get about 20 seconds airtime to promote and pimp whatever you're into. This is from Dane Barnes. No, this is from Heath Nation. And I don't know if you're watching right now, Heath. I'd like to get your channel link so I can give it to people. Here we go. The guy does, he does wrestling, he does video, that's him right there going down, I think it's called a zip zang or something he told me the other day. He does wrestling, he does video game coverage and discussions of all these things. So check it out, Heath Nation 2465. I'm going to give you a link right now. That's the kind of fellow I am. I'm going to give you a link. 1 second. You owe him 1 second. I'm talking about it. YouTube Heath Nation. Let me give you guys a link. If you're curious, go on over there and give him a like and watch some of his videos and see what he's all about. Okay? Okay? Hang on. What's the number there? I'm doing the link right now. Heath Nation 2465. There we go. There it is right there. Heath Nation. He's got a nice little channel going. He's got a lot of good stuff over there. Resident Evil 5 co-op playthrough he just put up. Go give this guy's channel a look, will you? This is good old Heath Nation, one of our pals. All right, there it is. Boom. Okay. So, again, though, there you go. Think about membership, but you never have to be a membership to watch this show. It's always going to be free for you. But what's happening there? Why can't I get that working? 1 second, fellas. Okay, why don't that go away? Oh, there we go. Okay, good. All right, so here's what we're doing. We are going to take a very small break, 6-minute break. When we come back, we will play one of my favorite games of the year. I don't know if I'm more than halfway through. I'm on the 11th floor, Luigi's Mansion. If we don't see you, we'll be back again tomorrow. And again, don't forget, Friday, Jaffe, we're doing a stream, and then we're also doing lunch with Jaffe, and then we're doing the drug spiritual talk on Saturday night if I don't see you till then. Take it easy. I'll see you right after the break. Let me get this set up for you. I got a fun video to show you. Sunset Overdrive playthrough. Not a bad idea, Peapod. I have never played that game. I would like to play that game. And maybe I will put that on the list, sir. Good idea. Okay, this is your break. See you in 6. Maybe. Here you go, fellas.
Poor Luigi. While Mario gets to travel the universe, possessing a dinosaur and relaxing in his swimming trunks, his younger brother is yet again forced to endure a nightmarish haunted house filled with existential terror. Oh well, at least he's got Luigi to keep him company this time. Yet while ghost-busting definitely doesn't make Luigi feel good, there's nothing horrific about the working conditions that made his latest supernatural misadventure. Next Level Games, the developers behind Luigi's Mansion 3, pride themselves on having something that's depressingly rare within the modern games industry: a healthy work-life balance. This is the story of how a small team of Canadian developers got handed the reins to a forgotten Nintendo franchise, and how they managed to turn it into one of the most exciting Switch releases of 2019. Long before Luigi's Mansion 3, or even before Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, there was a little game called Sega Soccer Slam. This is not a traditional sports game. While the basic premise of football is there, kick the ball, get it in the goal, players on the field are allowed to punch and hit each other to gain an advantage. While not the biggest deal in the history of gaming, Sega Soccer Slam won a cult following, including, clearly, some fans at Nintendo. The company decided to reach out to the developers of the game, Black Box, to ask if they'd like to make a Mario-themed spiritual successor to their original work. There was just one problem. Less than 1 month after Black Box had released Sega Soccer Slam, the company had been purchased by EA. Indeed, faced with the prospect of working for the infamous gaming monolith, many of the team that actually had worked on Sega Soccer Slam had jumped ship. So it was that Nintendo instead reached out to Next Level Games, where many former Black Box employees had made themselves a new home. Next Level had already enjoyed success working with a few different publishers, but they quickly found they really enjoyed teaming up with Nintendo. The resulting game, Mario Strikers, was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Next came a second Strikers game, followed by a Punch-Out remake, before the team were granted a special video conference with Nintendo's higher-ups. Nobody at Next Level knew what the meeting was really meant to be about. Executive Officer Kensuke Tanabe started a drum roll of sorts before announcing, "You're gonna make Luigi's Mansion 2!" Bryce Holiday, who served as the game's director, was so surprised that he couldn't even respond. This new project involved Next Level working with a slightly different team within Nintendo, and that meant greater scrutiny from Shigeru Miyamoto, who served as a producer on the game. While not heavily involved with the project, Shigeru described his role as being like a shepherd. He didn't tell the team what to do, but he did tell them what not to do if he felt like they were getting off track. Kensuke served as the liaison between Nintendo and Next Level, and he would meet with Shigeru every 2 weeks to discuss the game. He would lay out all of the work the team had been doing and how things were shaping up. Then, Shigeru would tell Kensuke about what he'd been watching on television recently. Kensuke was confused. At first, he thought this was an attempt at breaking the ice, as he and his team were a little nervous. Instead, he realised that Shigeru was trying to passively teach them about the importance of narrative structure within the game. As part of development, Shigeru even flew to visit Next Level in Vancouver, Canada. Everyone was on their best behaviour, ditching their usual office attire of shorts and casual clothes for fancy suits to try and make a good impression. Shigeru was mostly impressed by what he saw, but whenever he was presented with anything, he kept asking, "Is this really fun?" At his insistence, the team scrapped all of their planned boss fights, because, apparently, they didn't feel Luigi's Mansion enough. Next Level's finished game, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, won the hearts of players. It was inevitable that the company would begin eventually to work on Luigi's Mansion 3. By this point, Next Level was working exclusively with Nintendo. They felt that this relationship simply fitted their preferred work style. They could trust Nintendo to be professional, and it meant producing games of a high caliber that sold well. If there's one company that Next Level tries to avoid emulating, it's EA. Where EA offers its employees free food and a gym and massages, Next Level provides its employees with none of those perks. According to Next Level's founder, Jason Carr, these perks are often used as a trap. Studios will say, "Here's some free food and more pop. Stay here forever. Eat the magical fruit." Instead, Next Level provides something far more important to its employees, a work-life balance. Developers aren't expected to put in long hours day after day. While the occasional long night is inevitable, Crunch periods are avoided wherever possible so that employees can spend more time with their families. Says Jason, the big thing for a lot of us, especially with guys getting older and having families, we thought we could build an environment where we could build games and not kill guys. We realised that there's a whole life outside of making video games. Other employees within the company agree with this philosophy.
I love the work-life balance, which is a myth, says Magic Circle. Oh, I know. It's a total myth. You know, I remember when, I mean, again, maybe these guys are the rare that pull it off, but I remember when Naughty Dog, I think it was Amy, was actually did press or something, and she was like, "Oh, we don't have. Oh, do you guys want to finish watching the video? The timer was up. I'm happy to put it on if you want. I'll just give you the link if you want." But she was like, she was like, we don't have producers. It's like, well, everyone just does what they want. I'm like, well, I don't know. That's not really true. You think people just show up and make stuff and hope it fits into the game? Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got a couple new photos coming in, and then we'll play the game. Okay, but I'll give you the link if you want to finish watching the video. It's only got like another minute and a half, but I thought it was pretty good. This is over on the YouTubes if you wanna finish. By the way, MD Official, thank you so much for the super chat and your membership, of course. I think of course. It doesn't show up in the super chat though. That's weird. Very strange. But yeah, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very, very much. Where did that go? Okay. He says, making games can be so grueling. Thanks so much for streaming this weird year. My first therapy session's tomorrow. Really? Oh, good for you, man. Oh, that's great. I am so glad. More people need to go to therapy. Good on you. A lot of people are kind of freaked out by therapy. I don't know why. It's good for you. It's healthy. All right, this is going back to the credits, and we're going to start playing. Hello, Temporal. Good to see you, sir, as always. You have not missed Strange Brigade. We are going to play that soon. We're going to do a game night coming up in the next week sometime. I'm not really all that interested, Crank, in Watch Dogs Legions. It's not my kind of game. And I hear it's interesting. Hello, Upvote Bandit. Good to see you. Okay, this is I just got this from Groovy Putzman. And again, this will be integrated more. I just haven't had the time to do it. But this will be integrated into an actual credit sequence. But for now, I'm having to kind of do it manually. But I don't mind because you guys are the blood of the life of the stream. This is our pal, Cult Calypso member, good sir, Groovy the Putzman. And I appreciate it, pal. There he is right there. I'll make it bigger. If I can. I'll make it bigger on the actual thing. And then we also got ourselves a photographer from Random Moose Brains. Now, this is not necessarily Random Moose Brains, but it might be. But again, it just shows that you can kind of send me whatever the fuck you want. As long as it doesn't fuck up terms of service, I'll put whatever the fuck you want up here. Here is our buddy Random Moose Brains. Boom, there you go. There you go, fellas. Okay. You kept almost buying Strange Brigade. Let me tell you something. Oh, it's Gnaw Dog. Joy. You gonna make fun of my games again, pal? Listen to me. Strange Brigade was $4.99 the other day for a week. It's over now. So I hope you got it because we're going to be playing that sooner than later on a Gabbin' and Games members only game night. Not members only, but you know what I'm saying. You got to get priority seating. Upvote, you can send me a picture of whatever you want as long as you're in Cult of Calypso. I don't honestly remember which member you're in right now because I'm not looking at the list, but I appreciate you being a member regardless. Anybody Cult of Calypso or above, send me a picture. I will put it up during the credit sequence. Oh, you got Strange Brigade. Good. Well, maybe you'll play with us, Gnaw Dog. Okay. All right. We are going. Okay. So what Jason WB says, looks like Biden's going to win. He got Wisconsin and Michigan, just needs Nevada. I think Trump has Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. I don't think that's true. North Carolina, you're probably right. Pennsylvania and Georgia are probably going to go to Biden. Those are not going to be called. Georgia will probably be called tonight. But the outstanding vote in Georgia is all Atlanta and the suburbs around Atlanta. And there's plenty of votes in those places that haven't even come in yet that are supposed to go towards Biden based on demographics. Unless you saw news that I haven't, that Georgia has been called, but I don't think it has. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Jaffe says, Bacon, I thought you was a PC gamer. Why you get the PS5? Also, you've been hard on the PS5. No, sir. This is the problem with certain people. I don't know how old you are, sir. Maybe you're one of these younger folks who has bad listening comprehension skills. I've never been hard on the PS5, and I love PC gaming. What have I said? What have I said continuously? I've said that I think Sony's first-party games are absolutely second to none when it comes to the kind of games that they make. And I don't like a lot of the games they make anymore because they're not for me, but some of them are great and I still want to play them. Certainly I want to play Miles Morales. It looks like Spider-Man. I wasn't going to run out and buy a box, but Alexis offered to sell me his. I'm like, oh, well, if I don't have to jump through any hoops, I'll fucking buy it. So yeah, no, if I could only have one thing to play on though, it would absolutely be a PC. But I'm happy to be able to play a lot of the exclusives on PlayStation. I'm looking forward to All Stars because, you know, it has a Twisted Metal vibe. I want to see how other developers work with that. Hang on, I'm looking for my... Oh, that's why I don't see it. I'm looking forward to Miles Morales, Little Big Planet, you know. So, I don't know, man. I just don't think you're... I think you need to allow yourself the freedom of nuance a little bit. Just because somebody doesn't, like, come all over the fucking screen for something doesn't mean they're not fans. It just means that, you know, they have, you know, they're not, they like games, and some games are better than others, and some consoles are, I don't know, man. It's like console warrior bullshit is stupid as fuck. Okay, let me bring the chat over here so I can see you guys. One moment, and we will start our Luigi's. Luigi's. Hello. Hello. Luigi. Oh, we forgot to play Left 4 Dead. We'll play it soon. We'll give it a play, pals. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Are we able to upgrade membership? You goddamn right, upvote. You just go over there and you click a button and you can upgrade it. Easy as pie. Easy as pie, my friend. All right, let me get this off the screen. I apologize. Whenever I bring on the Elgato, which I have loved my Elgato card, it is one of my favorite purchases of the year. But it takes me a second to set the thing up. But I love this card, man. Play Street Fighter, the movie arcade game with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dennis. Is that available? Angel Gel, good to see you again. I am going to be playing all the God of Wars for members. The first thing I'm going to be doing, though, is playing Mickey Mania. I'm going to be doing Mickey Mania with behind-the-scenes stories, behind-the-scenes concept art, very rare and exclusive giveaways. So if you're a fan of that game or if you're a fan of video game development, I highly advise you to come to that stream, which will be in November, but I'm not sure the date yet. I probably won't be playing the PSPs. I'll be playing God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War Ascension, and then Corey's God of War. I'm not sure in what order, because I'd like to have Corey come on and talk after I play his God of War. And I don't want to wait 8 months before we get to it, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know the order yet. God of War Betrayal. Oh, the cell phone game? No, probably not. It's good for a cell phone game of its time. Yes, we'll bring on Corey. You know, Corey Haim's dead. We'll bring on Corey Feldman. Okay, Hyrule Warriors is great. I will be buying this when it comes out this month on the 20th of November. This is Hyrule Warriors. Now, the first Hyrule Warriors I played on the Wii U, I liked it. It engaged me for a couple of hours, but I was done with it pretty soon. The demo, if you have yourself a Switch, this is available right now for the demo, and the demo is very robust. It lets you play a lot of shit, and it has me very excited for it because the mechanics in this and the characters in this are much richer than what you saw in the first Hyrule Warriors. So I'm looking forward to it. Mechanic Chicken, by the way, thank you for subbing over on YouTube, sir. I appreciate it very, very much. Last I saw, says Jason, 98% reported for Georgia. Trump is up 40K votes. The state is colored red. Crazy if it comes down to Nevada. I'll look into it later. I'm curious if those votes have come in from Atlanta, but if they have, they have. Okay, here we go. Let's go to Luigi's. Luigi's Mansion. Excuse me. You know, somebody look up. I'd love to know if Atlanta. Savage says Trump's going to lose Georgia. So has anybody seen? Do you have a link to? Do you have a link to to Georgia right now, like where it stands? Like, because what's been happening is there's like a bunch of counties are around Atlanta, and up until 3 hours ago, they hadn't reported 90% of those votes. But if they have, and in reporting, it's gotten Trump has 40K votes up, and there you go. You finished this over the weekend, Creston? I love this game. You tell me, Creston, how close I am. Because I'm kind of in the thing where I'm like, okay, now I'm just playing it to finish it. But I love it. I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm on floor 11 or 12, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm ready to move on. But it's great. Twisted Metal 1 birthday tomorrow, Afro Alley. First off, Afro Alley, as always, thank you for the membership. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. The Twisted Metal birthday tomorrow. I didn't know that. I knew it was October. Oh, that was October. No, I guess not. I'll tell you the story tomorrow about my first time seeing Twisted Metal on a store shelf. I will never, ever, ever forget it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Do you want to load the file? You goddamn right I want to load the file. I'm with you, Angel Gel. I would very much like to see Joe Biden win. I finished, the only game I've finished on stream before has been probably Samurai. No, I don't know if I ever finished a game on stream before. Okay. This game is so good. Okay, it's November 5th, 1995, Afro Rally. Okay. I remember Valentine's Day for, what's it called? Twisted 2012. Estimates have Georgia neck and neck. Trump has a lead, slight lead. You haven't gotten to the really annoying cat part? Yes, I did. I totally did, Dane Barnes. And it wasn't annoying. It just went on forever. I enjoyed it. I thought it was super clever. Okay, 2 to 4 hours. Okay, 75% done. Yeah, I thought it was wonderfully, fantastically clever. It just went on. Okay, Fulton County in Georgia still have over 60,000 votes to count. That is where Atlanta is. Thank you, Savage. Okay. No. Samurai Jack's made by the guy who made Devil's Third. Isn't that, Itagaki? Didn't Itagaki make Devil's Third? But I loved Samurai Jack. It was great. Fucking great game. Okay, give me that. I thought I'd already solved this. No, you fucker. Luigi's the shit, man. I love Luigi. He's awesome. I guess I already did do it. Oatmeal San. Isn't Oatmeal San Itagaki? Are you shitting me? He did that game? Oh, the rug pattern from The Shining, you mean? It would have been interesting to see how this would have worked in co-op. Yeah. Sorry. I have a critique about you believing California should break away from the U.S. Okay. Well, go ahead. Jack J, that's for goddamn sure. Not every game's going to be a hit.
Hello.
Oh. Is the game too loud? Dennis, I don't know if you're fucking around or not. If the game's available to play, I'll look into it. I probably won't play it for very long, but... I love how the fog separates when the bad guys come through. Like to give you a sense of where they're at. Ta-da. It's not made by Itagaki. Okay. Oh yeah, Dennis, just get rid of Dennis. You got one more shot, pal. Annoy me again, and you're out. I don't. It was made by Itagaki's company. Okay, Dave Carr. Who's that lady talking? He is on the team. Well, you know, that's not surprising because it was great. That was a great fucking game. Good for him, man. I thought he was kind of... I know he had a whole sexual harassment thing. Maybe he's gotten his shit together. Oh, what happened? Zach, you work in security and have very little to do between rounds. This on my Switch helps pass some time. Oh, yeah. Listen, here's all I can tell you, man. Never, ever, ever borrow people's Switch because that is the ultimate bathroom toy. My Switch is in my bathroom 90% of the time. That's the truth. This is a poop game. This is a total poop game. All right, Dennis, you're out. Somebody get rid of Dennis, please. Not because you're viewed, but because it's obviously you're trolling. Which is fine. I mean, that's what gets you off, pal. That's what gets you off, though, Dennis. My goodness. Find a lady. Or a man, whatever you're into. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so this level has absolutely fucked me because I don't understand it. Whenever you go through the map, like watch the map at the top of the screen, right? I go through the door and I jump somewhere else. Or maybe I don't. Maybe it's an alternate... Thank you, Robert. Clean up his ectoplasm? What? Wait, you use your Switch on the bathroom. I share my controllers. Oh, absolutely. Whoa! I know it's going to piss me off. The question is, okay, the question is it understandable? It's not really a floating bed. It's a mirror. Look at this. It's really clever. If it's an easily understandable puzzle, I got no problems with it. But so far, I haven't understood the logic behind it. Lalo, I would love to bring back Drawn to Death, but it's a Sony property, and they were the ones that kind of said, we're kind of done. Dame, this is the magic floor. This is like with the three magic sisters. Oh, I already fought them once. Where was that? Oh, right. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Now I know what. Okay. Wait a minute. Hello, Kronos. Good to see you. Yeah, okay. I thought I died fighting the bosses, and I got to go through all this again. Let me go to the lab and get some bones. I haven't spent any of my money. Let me spend some money on some bones then, in case I die. So I don't have to redo it. No. Oh, that's fine. I'll shop. What's this? There's a cartridge. I'll buy that later. Let me just buy a bunch of these. No, I want more than that. Come here. The chat on my screen is delayed. My chat, is it? I did play Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. I fucking loved it. It was great. And I finished it. My chat shouldn't be delayed. Are you guys noticing it? I mean, there's usually like a 7-second delay. But that's kind of, you know, not much I can do about that. All right, how do I get back? You gave 2 critiques just a moment ago. You put them again. I missed them, man. You're saying the delay is 30 to 40 seconds? Okay, I'm going to say, don't do it yet. I'm going to say now. When I say now, I'm going to count. And once you hear me say now, just type the number 1. Are you ready? Okay, and now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Yeah, you guys are fucking with me. Thank you, fellas. Thanks for helping me out. Okay, let's kill some ghosties. It's really delayed to you, Eric? That's weird. I mean, I believe you, but the detail in this game is so good. Make sure I'm live? Yeah, my setting, 5 seconds is pretty good for me. How they're going to protect themselves from being attacked and invaded. Also, they got all the money. They can't solve the homeless problem. Bacon, my guess is you've never been to California. I'm not saying there aren't problems with California. There's problems with every fucking state. But I love California. Oh, gotcha, violence. Okay. Wait, I'm back in this? What am I doing?
Hello.
Okay, what are we doing, Jaffe? Okay, so there's a consistency to this.
Hello. Hello.
Trump filed lawsuits? I mean, he can file them all day long. I don't care. I mean, if the guy has evidence, that there's a reason to file a lawsuit, let him file a lawsuit. But even Fox News, there were people on Fox News that said, yeah, I mean, we get he's filing a lawsuit, but for what? Nothing. There's no impropriety that's occurred. But yeah, file a lawsuit. Interesting, Frank. When you acknowledge the first one, it didn't appear for 5 seconds. I don't know, man. I don't have a lag on it. Jack says the delay is fine. Yeah, it may be on an individual by individual basis. I don't know. I'm glad it's working for you, Jack. That's good to hear. You know what? I just picked up Ghostbusters, the remaster, for over on the Epic Store. I played it a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but when it first came out, I played it. But I never finished it. Jump, motherfucker. So I definitely will be playing that again. Okay, I've got to pay attention real quick. Imagine being rich and powerful and having the country basically tell you, nah. Yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, good. It's, again, in my opinion, I know some people like them. And look, I mean, I got people in here that I have great affection for on the stream that are Trump fans, and I respect that. I don't respect Trump, but, oh my God, Jeff, pay attention. Pay attention to me. Marcus, I wasn't going to get a PS5 day one, but Alexis has offered to sell me. It doesn't matter. They've offered to sell me their PS5. So I don't know if I'll get it day one. I think they got it from Best Buy, and if it ships out on the 12th, I probably won't get it for a day or two, but we'll see. But I am getting one that month. Don't ask me to guess which one of these. That's what it asked me to do. Yeah, you sometimes you pull a bomb out, and I'm like, I don't fucking know which one has the bomb. Okay, that one has a bomb. How am I supposed to remember that? Because I can watch it. I get that that's the bomb one, the one that just shot the card. I just gotta keep an eye on it the whole fucking time. Jesus. The fuck?
Huh? Oh. Huh?
I knew those coins would come in handy. I have no idea if this is the right one. God damn it, Jaffe, don't make me do this again. There we go. Dude, I loved living in Santa Monica on the west side. Jaffe, you should get your Adam Boys on. Oh, you mean get Adam Boys on the stream? Sure. I don't know him that well, but I could. Why? Well, I mean, he's running a studio now, right? What would you want me to talk to Adam about? That's bullshit. Fuck you.
Wow.
Sure, I'll take that. Oh, no. This is just gas. Unless there's a tell to the ones that have bombs, especially when they turn off the lights. Fuck you. That's horseshit.
Wow. Whoa. Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, are the PSP games available on PS Now? That's a good question, but I don't know that. Preston, you have to watch them. Okay, I'll try. Well, no, I get that, Dane Barnes, but when the lights go off, Hunter the Reckoning. I did play that a little bit. When we were researching God of War. It was okay. It's like a twin stick shooter based on the IP. That was helpful. I have no idea which one.
Wow.
I hope it was this one. No, don't fucking make me do it again, you fuck. PS games are not on PS Now, says Rob. Okay.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Ta-da! Yeah.
Novadamus, I agree. It's a beautiful fucking game. Jaffe, are your mods trolling or do you really... Shut up, Aunt Wago. Imagine being so starved for attention. The only way you want to talk to me is by trolling. I don't care. Be a troll. I was a kid once. Okay. Let's see what we got with the elevator. Brian says they are on PS now. Oh, well, there you go. It's news to me. I will be starting with God of War 1 on PS2. But I don't know the chronology after that. But I will be playing a large number of them. Not all of them, but a large number of them. But I don't want to play that much God of War, truth be told. I didn't play Inferno. I'd like to, though. Someone legitimately asked you? Okay, well then, apologies, sir. I was not involved in Ascension at all. No, I was not.
Oh, yeah. Ha ha. Yeah. Oh.
Was Chains of Olympus the first one, the first PSP
yeah.
one? I did play that one, and I liked it. I finished it. That was good. No, I'll be playing it, Peapod. I'll be playing the new God of War 1 on PS Now. But I don't know if I can download it or stream it. Doesn't matter, though. What happened? If they did a reboot... Oh, God damn it, sorry. If they did a reboot of God of War where it was a female, would that be something you'd think is cool? Sure. I'm going to play Corey's God of War, I guess, on PS5. Because I won't be playing it in November. And hopefully the PS5 will arrive before November, so... I'm excited to play Ghost Tsushima on PS5. I love that fucking game. Eric, it's not that I get defensive about that subject. I'll be honest with you. I don't even, you know, one of the reasons people are like, well, why is Bacon Magma still here? I don't like, I don't tolerate, and Robin Bukaki don't tolerate, meme trolls. You know, people who, you know, Bacon's obviously a troll, but, you know, his heart's in the right place. He seems like a decent fella. And if you're a mean one or a racist one or something, you're just gone. The ones that I don't like are the ones that think they're funny, but they're not. And I don't mean that like when your mom, when you were a kid, was like, ignore the bully, he'll go away. I mean the ones that genuinely think they're offering up something clever or fresh. Like, do you know how many times I've done the Neil Druckmann thing with Eric Lemon? It's tired. It's not that I have a problem being trolled, especially, but you got to put some work into it. If all you're doing is like repeating Eric's shtick, that's like going to a comedy club and listening to somebody just do the same jokes of someone who's already done them better. That's the reason. It's got nothing to do with being trolled. Jaffe, was it the first or second God of War that the story with Kratos' brother was cut? I don't remember. I know that we introduced him in the first God of War, in the end movies, but I don't remember that. Like where he was. What about airplane food? What's up with that? I'm responding to Eric saying I'm being sensitive about the Neil Druckmann thing, and I'm not. I've made a video about it. We've talked about it. I'm good. What else do you want me to say about it? It's like, I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's controversial. I'm like, I can't be more clear, so now I'm just bored of that conversation. Thank you, Cot. I appreciate it. Oh, hang on. I know, Zach, this video game is totally, like, makes you want to just get everything. The controls in this game are kind of...
Wow. Whoa! Wow! Whoa!
That's a hard question, Vanquish. He says, which games do difficulty well? That's difficult, because do you mean a game that wants to be difficult? Like, you know, that's meant to be challenging? Or do you mean, like, what's the goal of the difficulty? You know, for me, a game is about hitting that sweet spot between just hard enough and not too easy. That to me is perfection. But some people like a challenge. So.
Ducky, bye-bye.
Okay, I'm coming back to the lab, pal. Don't worry about it. Here I come. The goal is you can play it like a casual player and finish it. It has a high skill ceiling and depth. Which game? Right, listen to Kronos, motherfuckers. Like the stream, subscribe to the stream. I'm with you, Zach. I feel that engaging is more desirable than challenging. That's me personally, but I know some gamers are not like that.
What?
Retro Psych, I'm gonna wait for reviews on Cyberpunk, but I can't imagine I won't give it a shot. See you, Dano. Good to see you, man. Yes, Reza, I'm going to play Ghost Tsushima on PS5. I mean, I've played through a bunch of it on 4, but I definitely want to play it on 5 for sure. Andreas, what ads hurt the game? You mean the Keanu Reeves ads? What do you mean?
Wow.
Okay, you just mean the TV ads. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't love The Witcher Vanquish, or the Keanu stuff. I haven't seen any shorts, but yeah, I mean, we talked about that earlier on the stream about how effective those are going to be for gamers that are going to buy it anyway. So are casuals really going to be interested in a fucking hardcore RPG that's like 600 hours long? I have no idea. but we'll see. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I appreciated it. A lot of people, you know, love that game, and I understand why, but it just felt too slow for me. Okay, I need to go find Toad. Well, where the fuck is he? Oh, Devil's Advocate was great. Great movie. Ryza, I haven't heard anything since they released the trailer for that game, Black Myth. But I mean, it's still early.
What?
I know they're still trying to hire a team and shit. Okay, so I need a plug for that. I used to draw cars back left. I used to draw cars back then with them left and right side looking different. Oh, Tokyo Extreme. Okay. All right, buddy. Have a good walk. I'll see you when you get back. Okay. Oh, so I have to go to a different floor. Okay, got it. I hate that floor, too. Is it the boiler? I love character games, says Vanquish. In open world games, would it be possible to have Bayonetta level gameplay with the skill ceiling in an open world game? Sure. It would, but I think I would imagine it's totally possible. Yeah, I imagine one of the challenges for that game, though, to make that kind of game. Hang on a second, man. Let me see if I know what I'm doing here. I imagine to make that kind of game, though, you might be splitting your audience a little bit. And the people who really, I mean, you know, Devil May Cry can be played by casuals as well as obviously hardcore. So I think as long as it was able to be played by a lot of people, I think you could probably get away with it. Yeah. Forgot what I'm doing. Oh. Yeah, I mean DMC 1. I never finished the other DMCs. I hope Sackboy's Big Adventure is like tear away quality and unique mechanics. Yeah, I hope so too. And it looks good, and it looks, you know, the multiplayer looks good. I hope so too. I loved Crash, and it kind of got me in the headspace of wanting to play more kind of traditional platformers. So let's see. Crash versus Kratos, who wins? Kratos, come on. Can you send some photos of the TM cars I worked on? Oh, can you? Fuck yeah. I would... Okay, can you send photos of the TM cars you worked on? It will be a while before I upload YouTube vids. Lost my job. Oh, I'm sorry you lost your job, man. I would love that. That would be fantastic. Yes, please do. And can I share them with people? Can I tweet them? Really? Really? Target's doing a buy two, get one free, including next-gen games. Oh, that's great. Is it online or do you have to go into the store? I will do that. That's where I will pick up Demon Souls, and Little Big Planet, and something else. That's good to know. I do it. It's both. Fantastic. Oh, I'm totally doing that. Well, I'm already getting Spider-Man from Alexis. Sure. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Somebody was asking me if I wanted to buy, they might have an extra Xbox X. I might hold off on that one only because I have a PC and there's nothing I can't play on. Let me check the Game Pass on console because I know they have more games on console, and let me see if there's enough there that I want to play. Because I know they don't really have any exclusive games that I can't play on PC yet, but I appreciate you offering. I'll let you know tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good point. You're saying Cyberpunk delay was good because now you can enjoy the launch games. Yeah, it was going to be a hell of a month, man, for sure. You have a PS5 ordered from Walmart and Amazon, so I got to cancel the other one. Oh, right. Godfall, Assassin's Creed, Yakuza, Call of Duty were the ones. Oh, I'll get well, I got to figure out the Call of Duty thing because the Activision thing. Cyberpunk was delayed. They could sell more next-gen consoles. No, I don't think that was why. I think they're literally delayed because they're not ready. I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed on the Luna channel for the. It's gonna cost me $5 to join the Ubisoft channel for a month. So I'm going to play like Assassin's Creed, assuming it's on there, Valhalla and Immortals. And if they're good, then I'll buy them. They lost so much on advertising, you saw pics of buses. Oh, yeah. Get Call of Duty off a key reselling site. Can you? Do they resell console versions? Because I want to play it on console. I hate this level so much, and I don't remember any of it. But I'm pretty sure I have to go in here. They sell everything, Dane. Okay, cool. You don't like the new style of Assassin's Creed as an action RPG? I don't know. My favorite was... oh, that's one. My favorite's Black Flag, which I guess is kind of action. But I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed guy for some reason. It never really connected with me. That was neat. Neat for sure. Okay, upvote, you're going to get Call of Duty, Sackboy, and Crash 4 with Target's promo. Dude, you won't regret Crash 4. It's so good. So fucking good. I'm not understanding if Biden's at 264 and Trump's at 214 with 270 needed. If Biden loses Georgia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, then it's 264. Right. So... If Biden loses all those states but gets Nevada, the 6 will still get him above the threshold, right? Oh, Vanquish, the current ones are a grind fest, the current Assassin's Creed, that's why you like the old ones. I mean, yeah, Ubisoft's been doing that shit, you know. What am I doing? Let me get the weapon that does the same thing but has better stats. What? Oh, the recess. I see this. Oh, oops. Oh, I'm stupid.
What?
Oh, all the grind stuff. I'm with you, man. Violent City. You know, business model, I suppose. All right, Crank. Good to see you as always. It's one of the reasons I get into arguments all the time with people about why I like streaming so much. Because it's just like, look, man, you're gonna have a lot more people who don't have to make games that long to justify the business model, and so you're gonna have a lot more options. What am I doing wrong? Are my kids planning on learning the game industry? No. Right now, my youngest wants to be in a band and just chill. He doesn't have like, he's vibing his ass, I'll tell you. And my oldest wants to be, I think, a concept artist, maybe in video games, but just in general. So it was really nice. Andrea, one of our concept artists at Bartlett, did a phone interview with her the other day because she was doing it for school. And Andrea gave her a lot of good tips and encouragement and stuff. So, you want to be Jaffe when you grow up? I don't mind. It's good life so far. You know, I got issues like everybody else, but it ain't too shabby, pal. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. You're looking for Toad in the cutscene. The box is under the pipe room. Yeah, but where is it? Okay, this is the first part of the game that I really don't like. Because I never liked this level to begin with. I'm assuming this is the floor with all the pipes. And I'm just like, I don't fucking remember the layout of this fucking room. I guess it might be through this curtain. Guess not, I can't get in there. I'm open to tips, pal. If you can tell me what to do, I don't got a problem with that. This is the room, but Toad is on the lower floor, where the stair is. What stair? Go up the stairs and go left. There's a door. Okay. I never played Phantom Dust, so I can't really imagine that. If there's a door, I don't see it. You need to go to the lower floor where the big vault door is. I'll never get over Phil Spencer canceling Scalebound. Yeah, but the thing is, Eddie, you don't know why that game was canceled. I mean, that's the tricky part. In the other area where you first enter. Okay, Mr. Rob, thank you, sir. I mean, you know, trust me, I've said this before, I made a video about it, but as a guy who's worked in development, games that are going well do not get canceled. So clearly there was a problem with the game. You know, why would they have canceled something that was working? Sumo Digital, I like them. I think they did the racing game, and they did some work on arcade racing, Hotshot Racing, and Sonic Racing. But they've also done like a platformer that I played recently, right? What's their most recent thing? All right, good to see Mutemo. Jason says Nebraska's one electoral vote that went to Biden is huge because if it comes down to Nevada and Biden wins Nevada, it's 270 to 265. If that one Nebraska vote was trumped, then 269 to 266. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it's possible to not. You can tie. You can get 269 to 269. I don't think it's possible to get 269 to 266 because the votes have to add up to the same total, right? Okay. Okay. Is Nier coming out on next gen? Oh, Jaffe, you moron. Don't know how you're gonna come with me, little buddy. I guess that's the puzzle. Oh, I can shoot him over the wall. Okay. There's so many. Only 1 or 2 states where the electoral vote can be split. 5 votes total. Biden got 1. Okay. That's interesting. Kojima working on the new Silent Hill. I know they've been saying that that's a real thing, that it's not a rumor. I don't think I'll ever play Pikmin. No, I'm not a fan of Pikmin. I don't dig games like that. Okay, so this is the first time in this game that I've been kind of like, because I don't know where to go. It's like I'm supposed to go anywhere to find that missing part. How am I supposed to fucking know what to look for? I wouldn't play Fire Emblem on stream because that's a game that you want to have a lot of concentration for. Oh, good, thank you. Okay, well, at least we know it's somewhere in here then. Okay, fine. Okay, there we go.
Well, you know.
So lame. So lame. They're so mean to toads. Come on now. I have not played Final Fantasy Remake, no. Vanquish is similar with the Ultra Kill and gameplay elements. Nikki, hey Nikki, I don't know. It's similar in that it's very fast-paced and very reflex-based, and you're sliding and shooting all over the place. Those are the only things I found, and it's got the same rhythm and cadence, but that's the only things I picked up on that were similar, but that was a lot. Oh wait, I have to just go. Okay, fine. Suka Suka is what you say upvote? Nice. There was a video of some girl doing her makeup. Oh, right, Cod, on the Halloween stream. I got that. I mean, somebody on this stream introduced me to it. I don't know if you just Google makeup tutorial, you know, Smash horror demon, something like that. I'm sure you'll find it. That was wonderfully shocking, though, wasn't it? Oh, come on, let's go. I agree with that, Andreas. I didn't love PT as much as a lot of people, but I thought it was pretty fucking good for what it was. Come on now. What was the game? Was it Gungrave? What's the game where the guy has the giant guitar? Is that Gungrave? Like, or the giant coffin? And he uses it to shoot? No, not Brutal Legend, no. It was like a PS2 game. That is Gungrave, says Violence. Okay. Gungrave has the coffin and guns. Okay, cool. If you're gonna have the player revisit a level, why would it be this terrible level? This is the worst level in the fucking game. JRPGs, and I mean, yeah, sometimes. I'm not, you know, you know, I mean the classics. I mean, obviously Chrono Trigger, SNES stuff. Lately, though, I don't like Final Fantasy, the new ones at all. Like, the last Final Fantasy I tried was when they went on the road trip or something. Or the dudes that were working at a car play. I don't fucking know what it was. I did not care for that one bit. That's right. I assume I have to fill it up with water. I did the plunger though. It doesn't do anything. Do I need both people to pull it? If it comes to Nevada, says Jason, I think Biden's going to win. Last time the electoral vote went to Republican was 2004. Nevada has more Democrats. Yeah. The Dude Trip Final Fantasy was a hard pass. I thought it was terrible. Iron Fury was cool, but a little long. Yeah. I couldn't play it that long. Am I doing something wrong, fellas? Do you know what I'm doing wrong? What is the story about Japanese voiceover? We already talked about it. You can see it on the video on demand, but I'll send you a link if you're curious. One second, I'll get it for you. Sorry, I'm finding it. Here you go. Alright, there's a link. You can't teleport to him. He says you have to find your way back on foot. Have I played Halo? Oh man, yeah, back in the day. I keep meaning to play Halo 2 on the stream. I just haven't had time. I can't return to his lab. He says I have to return to his lab on foot. Right? And so when I look at my map, it's telling me something is over there on the left. Is there a door maybe up here? I can't go back to the elevator. I can't leave the room, I don't think. I'll try. Because I'm trying to follow the question mark. Which should be somewhere up here, but there's nothing to click on. Terminator has Gears of War with Terminator? I was never a huge Halo fan either. I did like Gears of War 2. But other than that, I never got the big fucking deal about Halo. Sleeping red ghost blocking your way. Okay, but I don't know where it is. So, like, I can't go through this door. Oh, I thought he said I couldn't go through this door. Oh, okay. You'll have to look for another way. Check your map. That's what I was doing, you motherfucker. Okay. Clearly there's something up there. Zach, I don't think they're handling Halo. He says Microsoft is so in touch with what people want from a platform, but their handling of Halo seems tone deaf. I don't think it's a tone deaf issue. I think it's a management issue of 343. I mean, unless if you're talking about the production has been shitty, yes. But are you saying the actual content that they've shown also? Not the graphics and stuff, but in terms of what the game's about, which is like open world Halo. Oh, the brand. Yeah, I'm with you on the brand. I don't have a lot of faith in the brand. I mean, they could bring it back, but okay. I know you guys are saying. Sorry, fellas. I know you guys are saying there's a ladder I have to shoot Toad into. I'm assuming that's where this exclamation point is, but beats the fuck out of me where it is. Right? I mean, there's this, and I'm standing right next to the exclamation point. So maybe it's down below again? Ugh. Well, I don't think your storage, maybe a couple years or something, might get better. The PS5 is not worth it because of storage. I don't think it's not worth it. I think to me, it's more of a question of it's so dramatically not what people are used to, having to, unless you're kind of a hardcore gamer, having to, manage memory to that degree that frequently. I just wonder how it's going to do. Like if your average consumer is going to kind of be like, fuck that shit. Okay, where's the switch? I have shot Toad. Is there a switch here in this room? There's a ladder where the ghost was. Okay. All right, I'll go check that out. Come along, Toad. Wrong floor. I would probably play more than one or two. When I get an Xbox, I will probably have about 3 or 4 or 5 games queued up because that quick resume for my brain and the way I game would be awesome. Because I'd love to pop between games that fast. It would make me finish a lot more games. I'm not over this, Gabrielle. I'm just over this part. Like all of this, out of all this game I've played, which I've loved, people who have finished it saying I'm about 70-75% done. I've adored this game. It's total top 10 game easily. Wait, that's a ladder? Okay, well, I would have never known that. That thing? Okay, no, let's just go over. Right side, okay. Yeah, I would have totally missed that. I would have never thought that. I'm kind of, out of all the game I've played, this one is really the worst section because it's really non-intuitive and it's kind of confusing, and I mean I would have never noticed that ladder. I would have known what to do if I would have noticed it, but that would have just looked like background to me. It's sort of a visual language thing. But no, other than that though, no, I fucking love this game, man. This game is amazing. Oh god, not this shit again. Okay, no. This level's terrible. Savage, there's a game that came out. You're talking about little kids' games. There's a game that came out that I almost bought and played on the stream today about where you play like a grammar school teacher. But the reviews were not good. But I was kind of like, oh, that looks like fun. No, Strong Jawline, they did not give me a PS5. I didn't ask for one, though. It doesn't seem appropriate to just call someone up and say, give me something for free. So I wouldn't feel comfortable asking for it. I'm tired too, it's part of it. PS5? What does that mean, Maximus? PS5 is a timed eBay exclusive? What do you... I don't understand what that means. An exclusive for what kind of company? I mean, other companies are selling PS5. Can you explain that a little more? I'm very curious what you mean. I don't know if all staff members... I know every time I worked at Santa Monica, we would always get, you know... we would always get free PS. We would always get the free hardware, yes. Am I excited for PS5? I'm excited for it more in the way that it relates to the stream. I'm excited to play those games when they're brand new on stream, and I'm excited to have it so when RE Village comes out, it'll all be set up and I just have to get the game. So I'm excited in that sense. It's always fun to be part of the conversation. I'm not excited like, oh my god, I can't fucking wait to play PS5. The games look good, but they look like kind of more of the same. And not in a bad way, just like, okay, I know what that is. So... this just feels like busy work. That's another part of it. It's like, come on, guys. Just don't. Just let me. Ugh. Games are too long. Too fucking long. Good one, Bukaki. Upvote says this part of the game hits a rough patch. I hate when a game makes you backtrack for the... yeah, it's just total padding. It's clear it's padding. And I'm just like... I hate games haven't gotten farther. Where we're just not so fucking tied to the dumb business model. It's like, and again... no, streaming's not the future, Jaffe. Subservices, fuck you. A streaming service wouldn't feel the need to pad a game because the retail price. They would just make the game be what the game needs to be. Oh. No doubt it is a big PS5. Nikki, it's giant. Yeah, no doubt. Like physically. Do you feel only getting the PS5 for stream seems not sincere, since other people naturally want? No, I think it's totally sincere. I want it. I will eventually get one, and an opportunity has come my way to get one without having to go through all the hoops. And I want to, I want to see it. I want to play those games. I'm interested in them. But if you were to give me a rating of like how excited I am for it versus someone else, I'm sure that I would not be at the top of the food chain of the person that's the most excited for PS5. I'm not unexcited. I just, now, if RE Village was a launch title, I think that would be very, very different. Honestly, out of all the games I'm most excited to play, and this may change once I play them, but I definitely want to play Astro World because of the triggers. Kind of like what Felipe is saying. I think at a design level, I'm very curious. Now that I've heard about all the people who have played it raving about it, I want to have that experience. But outside of that game, I really want to play, honestly, Little Big Planet Sackboy, because I love games like that. I want to do a co-op game with my kids, and it looks fucking awesome. Terrible. So racist. Or speciesist. Sony Microsoft should require purchasers to take an excitement survey. Exactly. That's why I keep making Magma around. Because every now and then it's like, oh, that's an interesting thing to talk about. Oh, Violent City. It's horrible, the abuse of this guy. Black Friday's going to be whack with so many not working. Yeah, I know. There's a possibility, depending on what happens in Georgia, that the Democrats could flip the Senate. Doubtful, but possible. And if they do, there's a shot at passing a really good stimulus plan. But yeah, no, you're not wrong, man. I mean, the number of people who are gonna, not that Christmas should be about material shit, but it kind of is for a lot of people. The number of people that are gonna have, a really rough Christmas. You know what I might want to do, if the chat's into it? I might want to do like a charity stream just to raise some money. I need to look into how to raise money because I don't think it needs to go to me. Like, I don't know if there's a service we can set up. But just to see if we can maybe raise some money for like 1 or 2 or 3 families that don't have any work this year and they want to get gifts for their kids. I think that would be a really nice thing. If we could do it. Again, I don't know if anybody would be interested in it, but... oh, YouTube has a fundraiser function. Okay, cool. Democrats could take Georgia for sure, as well as Nevada. Yeah, but you're talking about Biden. I'm talking about the Senate. They've already won the Senate in... they won it in a few states. I'm not sure which ones. And I will be doing a Christmas morning stream, but it'll be early, or maybe afternoon. I'll be doing a stream on Christmas, though. Because as a kid, we were raised Jewish, but we celebrated Christmas too. Because my mom's side of the family, she was raised Christian. But it always, like, after the presents and stuff, Christmas afternoon always felt kind of depressing to me. So I'm like, oh, let's do a stream. Thanks for answering my question. I just wanted to know your perspective since I know a lot of people getting PS5, not because they want it, but mainly for videos. Oh, no, I don't mean doing it for the stream for that. My videos, the last thing I think, yeah, the last, oh, look at that, look at all that money. The last, I think there's going to be so many people streaming PS5 day one that I'm not thinking about it like it's going to grow the channel. I think it's just more, if people come to my streams, and these streams, I think they're probably going to want to see that stuff. So it's more just providing a service. You know, and I do want to play it. Design-wise, though, the one I really want to play is Astrobot. Like, that one I'm genuinely excited to play because I've heard such neat things about it being different. Oh, the redistricting shit is a nightmare. I don't even use the money in this game. It's just really satisfying to collect all the shit. Oh, Dane, you're not going to get the new ones right now, so it'd be good to see him here. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be fun. Trump was up 33,000 in Georgia. He was up 20 an hour ago. Where are the Biden votes at? I don't know. I'll have to see. Well, I mean, basically, if he was up 33... Oh, now he's up 33. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, you don't like Christmas because you have to spend time with your relatives? Oh, I like my relatives, though. I'm looking forward to it, but I hear you. It's not for everyone. Oh, you have to work at the theaters? Hey, Dane, I don't think you were on the chat the other day. I was telling people the night before Halloween, we drove to a Michael's to get some Halloween stuff, and there was a movie theater next to it. And we're in San Diego, and I was really surprised because the theater was pretty packed. Are you seeing a lot more people coming back to your theater now? Like if things started to relax or what? Oh, yeah, no, I hear you, Maximus. No, when I say my family, I mean immediate. Like, it'll be really just me and the kids and the ex-wife for Christmas this year and Thanksgiving. We usually have a bit bigger, and sometimes we go back to Alabama where it's huge. But yeah, this year, no. This year's just us. I think I'm going to get a real tree this year. The last couple years I've used the fake one we have, but I'd like a real one. It's been a while since I've had a real tree. Oh, it's quite slow. Interesting, Dane. I wonder what that's about. I wonder why it's slow there. But here it was just really, it was like you wouldn't have known there was a fucking pandemic going on. Did they stop counting Nevada? Oh, you mean for today? Oh, I don't know. Come to the dark side, the south side? Are you, I forget, Magic Sir, are you in Birmingham? We did a whole documentary about the south side of Birmingham and Satanism that was supposed to be happening in the, around the Fountain area of south side Birmingham. We did it for high school, it was fun. Oh, you're in North Carolina, okay. Police are going to set up checkpoints on Thanksgiving to ask where you're going. Where are you, Maximus? Are you in Europe or what? Okay, they stopped reporting to Nevada till 9 a.m. Oh, Jesus, man. Just stay late. Order a pizza. Get it done. come on. I mean, I get it. They got to go home, but fuck. It's like drawing out the networks are like, oh, good. It'll be more ratings for us. Upvote, what is your city? Your city is dying? What's your city? Mario says, we need Neil Druckmann to enforce counting crunch of votes. That's right. Okay, Lubbock, Texas. Really? Oh, wait, Lubbock is dying. Okay. You're not the one, though, that's doing, the police are going to stop you. Do I have any mods on right now? Rob or Bukaki, are you on? Oh, let me do it. Let me get rid of Tommy Pants. Goodbye, Tommy Pants. Go fuck yourself. Oh, sorry. I got him, Bukaki. Thanks, though, man. That's the same guy who was here yesterday. Oh, I'm going to be a troll. Florida and California had no problem. We had answers that evening. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of it is because Florida had that problem in 2000. So every state's now he's pantsless. Every state is different in how they're prepped for counting votes and stuff. So Florida, you know, out of necessity back then, had to get their shit together. I don't think it's a nail biter at all, Jason WB. I think it's clear Joe Biden is going to win this election. I mean, I don't mean that like I'm a Democrat, go Joe Biden. I just mean it based on, I mean, Joe Biden currently has 15 ways he can win. Mario says Jason Schreier went there to make sure nobody crunched. That's right. Yeah, I think it's clear that, you know, Trump literally has one way he can win, one path. Biden has like 15. But, you know, we'll see. I mean, I hope Biden wins. I'm not a Democrat, but I'm a progressive. These states are purposely counting vote by mail ballots are ridiculous. Then you got reps from both parties bearing down their necks, arguing. Yeah, no, I know. Hello, Trey Trimble. I'm just going off the numbers, man. The numbers right now are Trump basically has to run the board if he's going to win. Biden can basically get Nevada and it's over. He doesn't even need Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. Where am I going? Where am I going? I just want to be done with this level. I love this game. But I'm tired of it. Are we done? Games go on too long. They go on too long. Oh, Trey, I adore this game. But it's just like, you know, enough. Enough. It's like no one needs a game to be this long. I'm like 15 hours in. I don't know what people expect when states are told they're not allowed to count early votes before election day. Right. I mean, the press has been saying it forever. That it's like, hey, this is what's going to happen. A lot of people in the country have been conditioned not to believe any press. I mean, I'm not going to bash on Trump, but I want you to think about that for a quick moment, all right? Donald Trump, I mean, I want you to think about that for a moment. You've got, and we're going to go back to the game, but this blows my mind. You have got media from all stripes. You've got far right like Drudge and Fox. You've got far left MSNBC. You've got the AP in the middle. All of them are telling you, and have been for months, that Trump has zero evidence of election tampering and fraud, and that these ballots are taking a long time to count because of COVID and because the mail-in ballots have been huge and the drop-off ballots have been huge. And a number of Trump supporters are like, you know what? I'm going to believe the guy who has been found guilty with Trump University, who has numerous lawsuits for not paying people and lying against him. And and when he tells me the media is lying, I'm gonna assume he's not saying that NBC is lying. He's not saying that, Anderson Cooper is lying. He's saying basically all the media, unless they say something good about me, is fake news. Now ask yourself how you can get behind a guy like that. Regardless, I get like Trey doesn't like the guy, but he likes the policies. I can understand that, and that's fine. At least some of the policies. But who are you going to trust? You're going to trust people who are willing to go to school and only make $40,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year to be a journalist, because they believe in the nobility of that profession. And not just one outlet, all of them, right? It's one thing to say, okay, Breitbart might be fake, whatever. Or even MSNBC may not be trusted for you, fine. But you're gonna throw those people's views out and say they're lying? But Trump, a historically proven con man who has nothing but everything to gain if he convinces the public that anything said about him that's negative is a lie, and you're gonna believe that? Come on! It's okay to be conservative, it's okay to be Republican, it's okay to agree with a lot of the shit Trump is doing. But come on, man. Come on. Suka, you goddamn right. Right, let's not believe Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci has only, served every president since Reagan. No, but he's lying for some reason. He's fucking lying. I understand. Where am I going in this dumb fucking game? I love this game, but I'm sick of it. It's too long. I just don't want to play anymore. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Oh, it's just too long. It's 14, 15 hours. Let me ask you guys a question in the chat. How long do you need a fucking game to be? Like, I got it. I know what this is. I've played for 15 hours. And it's a wonderful game. It's one of the best games of the last year. But my God, man. Stop padding your shit. It's not fun for anybody. Unless you're like 8 and you get one game a year and you're just trying to squeeze out. I don't know. I just don't know I don't understand the logic behind it. I just find it horrible. What do you mean you can't see? You can see. The first Luigi's Mansion was perfect. I loved the Luigi's Mansion 2. You're an idiot, 2005. And if you prove to be a troll, Robert Bukaki's going to ban you in 5 seconds. Vote if you're. I mean, I'm serious. Do I think any politician is not corrupt? I think to get into a position of national politics, you probably got to be a little corrupt or a lot of corrupt. Okay? But I'm sorry, you're a moron. Votes didn't magically show up overnight. Are you just stupid? Are you willfully ignorant, or are you just stupid? Like, do you just don't have the brain power? That's okay. You're like that Lenny Mice and Men book, right? Where the guy who's like just not very smart. And that's okay, nothing wrong with that. But are you just a fucking moron? Votes didn't show up magically overnight, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ. You've been being told. What fact? What fact? You've been told for months that or at least a month, that the mail-in ballots and the drop-off ballots are record numbers because of COVID. And because Democrats are voting that way, and Republicans had a huge win yesterday because they show up to vote in person. So votes didn't magically appear. The press has been telling you for months. Election officials have been telling you for months, you fucking idiot, that, the votes aren't going to get counted on the first day. And most of the votes that come in the second day are going to be for fucking Biden because they're going to be the mail-ins that get counted second. fucking idiot, man. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to be so harsh about it. But you're a fucking idiot. Unless you're trolling. If you're trolling, good on you, sir. You're a fucking moron, man. Yeah, Bernie Sanders predicted it. Bernie Sanders is on video saying this is what's going to happen. I don't understand it. Now look, if people had proof, if people were like, look, dude, we have this on camera, or we have this. I mean, we've been streaming for a long time. I'm sorry I'm going to get into politics real briefly. Just briefly, we're going to go back to the game. You literally have Donald Trump on a goddamn audio recording talking about COVID being worse than the flu, being bad for children, that it's going to kill a lot of people, that it's airborne. And you guys, not you guys, but some of you guys don't believe that. I got proof for you. Here's an audio tape. Trump even admitted he said those things. It's not a fucking deep fake. Trump's like, yeah, that's me on the tape. I'm not going to pay attention to that, you fucking moron. But you'll believe conspiracy theory horseshit where there's no evidence? Think about how fucking dumb you are. Think about how tribal you are. I'm sitting here saying, here's a link to a goddamn videotape of Trump admitting all this shit about COVID, and it doesn't move the needle with you. And yet, here's a bunch of conspiracy horseshit about votes appearing magically overnight. You have no evidence. You have no proof. There's never been any proof of what Trump has said for a year about election fraud. Even his own commission disbanded itself because they couldn't find proof of election fraud in 2016 where he claimed he won the popular vote. And yet, that you will believe. Think about how stupid you have to be. No. Think about how brainwashed and how easily pliable your allegiance is. You don't give a fuck about what's right. You don't give a... Now, I don't mean Trey Trimble. I don't mean Trey Trimble. Trey Trimble, people like Trey says, look, I like Trump. I like his policies, but whoever wins, wins. Jason WB says, look, man, I'm a Republican, but whoever wins fair and square wins. I'm a fucking lefty. If Biden loses, I've said before on the stream all month long, I want Biden to win, but if he doesn't win and it's a fair election, America has spoken. But you got to be a goddamn moron missing some fucking chromosomes, and you got to be so goddamn dumb that I don't know how you've stumbled upon this stream, because it means you got to be smart enough to turn on a goddamn computer. And if you're smart enough to turn on a goddamn computer, you should be smart enough to go, oh, when someone shows me evidence, I should believe it and not say it's fake news. And when someone lies to me who has a reason to lie, who is benefited by lying, and there's no evidence, I shouldn't buy that hook, line, and sinker, you goddamn fucking moron. Okay, let's go back to fucking Luigi's fucking mansion. Fucking long-ass video game motherfucker. I'm tired. Thank you, Sir Dragon. Have a good have a good night, buddy. Is election season fun? Yeah, it's okay. Sir Gallahan, I think he did win Wisconsin. Yes, sir. That sounded so creepy. Oh my god, this is just padding. Come on, Nintendo, you should be better than this. Come on. Where's the lab? You know what? Trey says, can we not politic in here? I'm not even politicking, man. I mean that's the fucking truth. I'm not politicking. I'm literally talking about critical thinking. I agree with you. We don't want. You know me. I try to keep politics out of this stream as much as possible. But at this point, I'm not talking about Biden's policies versus Trump's policies or whatever. Hang on, I'm going to the lab. I'm literally talking about critical thought. Wow. Oh, Nintendo, enough. You guys are better than this. Come on. Fucking add your fucking game. That's not what you guys do. That's bullshit. I love this game, but this is ridiculous. Biden wins Georgia overnight, it's over. Those 16 votes will put him over 10 over. Yeah, it's true. I wasn't getting on to you, Jaffe. No, I know, but I'm just thinking in general because I do try to keep politics off. But sometimes it's like it's got nothing to do with politics. It's like look, I'll tell you what, Trey. When you and I discuss and debate and disagree, you're able to sit there and go, oh, well, this is why I like Trump. He did this, and he did this for African Americans, and and some things I wasn't even aware of that I did research after you posted on Discord. That's fine. That's just discussing. I got no issues with that, but I appreciate not everybody wants to hear it. But I'm talking about somebody who can't even comes in just lies. Jaffe, people will believe stupid conspiracy theories without basis. I know, but they need to be called out on that shit. On either side. Upvote Bandit, I don't think you're gonna die. Right back at you, Tracer. Alright, let's see what happens to my little vacuum.
Yeah. Whoa.
What do you think of that? Okay. Jaffe, can you run for president and force Sony? Yeah, sure. No, I couldn't, because you know what? If I ran for president, Bacon, I would never, ever force a company to do anything unless it was like in the interest of national security. I know you're just kidding, but it's not a fucking president's job to do that shit. Believe it or not, this chat and Discord is actually one of the few places that discusses politics much better than the internet. Says Random. They could learn from us. I agree, because we have mostly smart people here and people who just have different opinions. That's why politics should be discussed, because you can grow and learn. But there's some morons here too, though. Politics, console war don't split families apart. It's sad. I have an aunt and uncle that don't talk to each other because their views. Oh, yeah. It's terrible. Jaffe would force everybody to like and subscribe. No, I would force them to be a member. Be a member. Where are my members at? Where are the new members today? I don't care. I mean, seriously, I care. But if I'm not offering you value for your membership, then you should not be subscribing. Or not subscribing, but you should not be joining. My favorite place to get milkshakes, Wendy's, sir. I stopped talking to my parents because they are Xbox supporters. That's right. Can you imagine? I love my parents, but, you know. They like Blinks the Time Cat. Can't handle it, man. I gotta get my Zoloft. Where do I buy my socks? Just on Amazon. Oh yeah, Groovy Putzman, right. Did I show Groovy Putzman's picture? I did. Icarus, I'm not mocking Blinks, I'm saying that's the parents. Bulletproof, that was good. That was kind of a fun game. Oh, fighting game. I don't know yet. We are doing a fighting game competition this month as well, but I don't know which one yet. I want to find one that a lot of people have. I'd like it to be Mortal Kombat, but not everybody has it. I need to make sure there's enough people. A new Silent Hill being developed by Sony, Felipe, is a rumor true? I don't know if it's true. I just know what you know. I know what the media says. The media says that they have inside sources that they trust, and they're saying that, whoa, what the fudge? And they're saying that those sources indicate that it is being worked on. Oh, that's great. Look at that. But then again, you know, there's a NeoGAF thread that's been going around for months saying that Microsoft is supposed to buy Sega. So, you know, I saw Sega just sold their arcade centers. Sammy Sega today. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Oh, I know, I can go in the door. I just wanted to see what else I could destroy. Let me see what's over here. Have you played Metal Gear Revengeance? I played the demo, but I haven't played anything else of it. Were you showing art from a cemetery flood type game that you were working on taking a break from? No, Trey, that's real. There's a video up on YouTube called The Game I'm Designing or something. Yeah, Bacon, you're right. I'll do a survey and see what people want to play. Oh, that's cool. It's Goonies shit, man. Andreas, not yet. It's still very, very early. You know what, fellas? I think I'm done with that. Not the game. I'm going to finish it, but I'm done playing today. That's too much for me. We've been going for 4 hours. Let's chat real quick, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow, as always. Can you add Metal Gear Revengeance to the game list? It's amazing. Cool. You got it. I will. Okay. That was fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. That was Gabbing Games for Wednesday, November 4th, something like that. Don't worry, Trey. It'll be on video on demand in a couple hours. Jaffe, you probably don't care, says Bacon. My PS5, you're getting Miles Morales, Watch Dogs, and Valhalla. I am getting Miles Morales, Little Big Planet, and Demon Souls is what I'm getting. I will play Valhalla, but I'll play it on Amazon's Luna streaming service for like $5. You're welcome, Icarus. Okay, hey, listen. Tomorrow we're back, 3:15, give or take. Friday is members, Cult Calypso and Up, lunch with Jaffe. Saturday night is the sort of spiritual weirdo stream. I'm ingesting some pot. And it's members chat only. Any level that you're in, come by. Let's just all get kind of high and drunk and talk about weird shit like God and all that stuff. And then later in the month, there's Mickey Mania. There's the Thanksgiving special. And we're also doing a fighting game tournament where I'll be giving away a Sweet Tooth Funko Pop truck. So there's a lot going on. I'll be putting up a video this week about all the membership stuff. But consider a membership. Consider liking the stream, subscribing to the stream, and all that good stuff. And be safe, be good, wear a mask, blah, 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 blah. Thanks for hanging out. Robert, thank you. Bukaki, thank you. Super Chats, thank you. Members, thank you. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks.